Hey guys, I am back. I'm so sorry about that last stream. I knew that was gonna happen. I asked him to cam up for me, and he did. So I kind of trusted him because he cammed up. It was a white guy, but then he that was crazy. I can't believe that people really, really hate me. Like it's just out of control. But let me drop the link. Hold on. Let me drop the link for you guys. Drop the link. Don't worry, I'm gonna put it back up. I'm gonna put it back up and you can clip it. But hi Trinity, welcome. Thanks for coming. Hi Mills. Hey Tampa. Andrew. Let me let you guys back up.
Hey Melody,
Yo, that
did you
crazy.
private it or did you unlist
Hey,
it?
Melody, real quick.
I private it.
If you want to unlist it, just send me the link or whatever. I'll just download it and whatever. This way you don't have to. It's not public and you won't get strikes or anything.
Hey,
Okay.
you can
I'll
change
send it to
it.
you.
You can change it to members only. You know that, right?
Oh,
I
really?
can.
Another way is that you could just have like an overlay picture and stream.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That just do like OBS.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is she could put it to friends, members only, to where only people that subscribe to the channel could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have to make a membership, right? I mean,
No, he was saying like make a set it for like I don't know, a month
Members,
or so.
yeah, just subscribers only.
You know what?
Right, but they'll just
what you
subscribe
can
and
do
do the
is
same thing.
you can edit that part out and
you're right,
just like have whatever it was.
Yeah,
before
that
you
shit
came
was
on here,
trifling.
man.
yeah, that was disgusting. I can't believe you did that.
What the? Oh,
Yeah, I'm used to these
WTF.
trolls, man. I'm used
Yeah.
to these trolls.
One guy had jerked off like so much, and I was trying to hurry up and get home because I was outside. So I'm running
did it
trying to
on
get
the
to my
panel?
computer. Yeah, he came on my panel and
On
he
the
jerked
panel
off.
and did it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And it was Jessica X, GC. It was a bunch of people on my panel, and they were screaming like, "Melody, Melody!" I was running, trying to get to my computer,
Yeah,
but it
it
was
was dudes that did
disgusting.
that
We
all
jerked
the
off for
time,
like 2 minutes.
Get OBS, like record
It
StreamYard.
don't make a difference, dog.
I mean, no, you can put
It
shit
does
over
because
people.
you could put overlays on it.
So
You can do it in StreamYard too. It's just a little bit more complicated.
Okay, I'll
Just
definitely
edit
do
They
that.
don't hate you. They know that your shit is in the algorithms.
Yeah, but I was like shadow banned for a long time because of that. I was shadow banned. I used to get like a lot of views on my stuff. Like at one point I was getting 4,000, 3,000 views, 2,000,
Word, Trinity.
and it went down to like 200, 700, 300.
Hold on a second. I gotta simp for a second, yo. Damn, look at how Trinity look in that photo, fam.
Oh yeah, Trinity bad. Trinity bad.
Yo, is those C cups or D cups, fam?
But don't get too excited because you never know these days.
Hey, Mo. Hey, Slim tripping, man.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah, Trinity look good.
Is that a real picture though?
Thanks for coming, Trinity.
Is that real though?
I hope you subscribe.
Dude out here talking about nigga babies and all that other stuff, man.
Yeah.
This is weird, man. I
That
got
might
that
have
shit
searched
once
for it.
too, man.
You know
they was playing.
BLM and LGBT. Well, I knew that was.
I knew
gonna
you
happen.
was on something, bro.
I
That's
seen a
why
little-
you gotta pay attention to the avatar, man.
Yeah,
Once
that's
you
a
seen
furry
that,
avatar.
that's how I could tell. That's why I know, bro. Like, bro, they shut down my channel for that shit, bro.
Hey, I was telling Melody the same thing. I had 23,000 subscribers on my other channel. They shut my shit down because of that shit too.
Yeah, bro. They was playing. You know what they did? They was playing cartoon prawn on my joint, man. And then all of a sudden, I wake up the next day. YouTube was like, "Oh, sexual content," and I'm like, "Yo, I didn't even do anything." They came on there, but they was like, "Oh, we reviewed it. You're good." And then I got my channel back.
That's crazy. And it's out of your control, too. That's
They
crazy.
don't want black people
Word.
to really come out with good content. And
No, Andrew. That goes for anybody. Trolls don't
You
have
think
a
so?
trolls don't have a specific target like black people, whatever. They
Yep.
just have a target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
see
They
you
just do it
streaming,
just cause. Do it to do it.
Like, even example, bro. I'll give you an example real quick, bro.
He did show himself. Hold on, he did show himself.
But
that's why I let him up.
Right, that's why you have to have like an overlay.
That's why you have an overlay. Was
it a white guy?
Yeah,
It was a white guy,
those
yeah.
white guys that do that, man.
Yeah,
Yesterday I was streaming. That happened to me. Some dude sat there was like, "Oh yeah, you know, hi and stuff like that." I put on an overlay. I said, "Yo, who are you? How did you know about my stream?" He was like, "Oh, I know someone from Discord." I bumped that motherfucker real quick because I knew he was going to do something. And then he was trolling in my chat, bro.
He was on that after we.
That's what they do.
You gotta get an overlay, Melody. You gotta do that.
Nah, you ain't gotta start. You gotta start doing this.
Should have put it up.
Yeah, you gotta get an overlay.
That same white boy, that look like the white boy from the other day. Other John, he like a white boy from the. I was on the sports panel that came in tripping.
No, you gotta pay money to come up on the panel now. That's how it is.
No, it's not that serious.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I'm really upset that happened.
So what's going on? So some weirdo,
Wacky.
some weirdo did some weirdo shit.
Yeah, it was some nasty graphic.
It was an incel.
Yeah.
We don't know if it was an
You know, sometimes these trolls purposely do that in order to keep you shadow banned or to make your channel shadow banned.
I know a lot about that. I was shadow banned for a long time.
Yeah. Nah,
because the guy jerked off.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. A lot of these trolls, they very slick. Listen, some trolls are just crazy and just do stuff just out of just being insane, but some are very calculating. Some have a method to their madness, and some will do that just to purposely put you in a position to be shadow banned
and just to be seen. They just do it to be seen. They think it's like just as funny. It's not.
It's not funny.
Weirdo is.
Yeah, some some do that to be seen. Trust me, others are very calculating on what they do.
Yeah. Goofy stuff.
Yeah, man.
Goofy ass.
That really pissed me off. You've been streaming for a while, you know. That was a good stream.
Hold on, I gotta stop for a second. I like how Wacky just magically comes out of nowhere and just knows the scoop.
He was watching it.
Oh yeah.
He's in the chat.
Yo, Wacky, you slick, yo.
Yeah, man, you know too much. You know way too much.
Nah, I saw a little because I just came home. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just came home, so I just figured, to go on the stream and stuff. But I was watching a little bit of it.
But yeah, Melody, even if you want to, you can just edit that part out, and if you want to just put it back up, you can. But if not, then whatever, it's up to you.
I can do that in YouTube Studio. You said
yeah,
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, just cut that part out.
Because I want to put it back up. I liked it. I was cammed up and everything, you know.
Yeah, you just fresh out. You know what I'm saying? Melody was like, "Look at me," you know what I'm saying, with the Waukesha earrings on. You know what
you
I'm
already
saying?
know the Waukesha earrings, the Waukesha nails.
She didn't have Tim's on. She had on Black Heels, man.
Keisha and Tasha.
Yeah, I do Black Heels. I don't do Timbs. I don't like sneakers like that. I like heels.
With Jordan.
No, I don't like sneakers. I like shoes.
Oh, you like shoes.
Even when I wear like jeans, I like heels. I don't know.
Heels? You don't try to wear at least flats?
I like flats sometimes, but I'm just more of a heels person.
You wear Uggs.
I like Uggs, yeah, when it's cold. Mm-hmm. I do.
What about Crocs? That'd be the new way.
I think that's ghetto. I don't like Crocs.
I think they so ugly. I can't stand Crocs.
I don't like that.
Crocs. I love them.
I hate Crocs.
I need to buy some though, because I heard they was comfortable. Like, to walk around.
House.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I wear them at work all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Work and stuff like that.
Yeah, classy. A lot of people in your that work in your field wear Crocs because of the comfort. So, but you know what I can't stand? I can't stand in the summertime have everyone go outside with slides on and flip flops and shit, man.
And
like, what the hell?
With socks.
Yeah, with
like
socks,
women be wearing socks with slides. I'm like, that's not cute.
Niggas is wearing hoodies at 90 degrees.
That's a fact, bro. I was seeing that. I'm like, how do you do that?
They hide the guns. They stuff in there though.
Yeah, I saw a guy with a leather jacket on going to a bank in the summertime. It was about
I would have turned the other way. He after something.
Yo, man, it be times where I see, up here in New York, females walking around with, slippers, pajama pants,
That's
and a
disgusting.
bonnet,
That's a
going
fact.
out
That's
to McDonald's and
disgusting.
stuff, going to the supermarket, man.
You know what's
Bonnet?
even
They do that.
worse, bro?
Nah.
They'll ride on a train with that nonsense on, man.
Yo, bro,
Yeah.
they do that down. They do that down here too in Philly.
Yeah,
Even
Of
in
course they do it in
California.
Philly. That's a
You
no-brainer.
know,
Shorty's out there.
That's a no-brainer.
they do that down here. So Philly, damn, Philly seem like Philly get a bad rep. They got the worst female.
Well,
I do.
Philly,
y'all
New
and
York, and
St.
New Jersey.
Louis.
Nah, man, I had a shock value when I went out to Philly, man. I saw that woman yelling on the phone like that. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's all.
God
I'm
damn,
used to
bro.
it.
Center City, god damn, bro.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
downtown. So imagine the hood.
I don't even
don't-
know, bro.
For me, it's either Philly, St. Louis, or Chicago, man. Y'all females are off the chains.
Hmm? Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Man,
bonnets, though, that's worse.
Silence.
The bonnets and the pajamas, and then you go back home, don't take a shower, you just lay in your bed with them on. You just
Shorty
came
mad,
from outside
dirty,
with them
son.
PJs.
Hey,
You
listen,
got 50 niggas in her DM.
what makes you
Right.
think they actually took
And
a
she
shower before
stink.
they left the house?
Come on now.
You know,
Good point. Good point.
It's a
You
great
Niggas
point.
still
smell.
hitting.
Hmm?
Niggas still hitting though.
I didn't hear you.
I said niggas still gonna hit though.
Of
That's
They
course,
gonna
crazy
feel
man.
part.
We
good.
ain't got no
So
standards, man.
some dudes they hit and hold their and plug their nose.
That's
Like
That
crazy.
is the
you don't
biggest
smell
turn off on me.
that?
That is the biggest turn off. I don't give a fuck what you look like. You stink. That's game.
They
I'm
put their
sorry.
mouth on them. They
So,
put
yo,
their mouth
shorty,
on them.
why you got egg stains on your goddamn pajamas, man?
That's horrible. That's horrible.
These niggas don't care.
Shorty's out here wearing slip-ons, those like little fork sandals with the pajamas, sitting up there coming out of the store eating bacon, egg, and cheese.
With
Man,
a
you
with
look
a with a black and
embarrassing.
mild, a black
That's
and mild, and a
disgusting.
211,
Ew, black and white.
and a 211.
oh, that's
Ew.
the South
I
Bronx.
am in New
South,
York that
man.
bad. I grew up in DC. I ain't seen none
That's
of
a
that shit.
that's
Yeah,
a
New
Philly.
York
It was
is
a
that
211.
bad, man.
211.
I'm sorry, if you a
Shorty's out
woman,
here wearing Jordan 11s, man. Concord
Jordan's
and shit
11.
on their feet.
And a
You know what I'm
hurricane.
saying? You know the dress code for these shorties out here.
Nah, but listen, if you a woman, you shouldn't. Damn, I lost my train of thought. The hell?
Get a couple of Lucy's.
That's
You know what
bad.
they was wearing a
Oh, you
lot?
should.
They was
No, I
with
was
biker
saying. I was
shorts.
saying. I got it. I was saying, if you're a woman, you shouldn't smoke. Smoking is nasty. That's dirty.
That's for
Too
everybody.
late for that shit.
Get the
Smoking
That's
like
my man.
Black and Milds, especially, and cigarettes.
They get a couple of
Nasty.
50-cent Lucy's and a black and mild.
50 cent
211.
Late for
Lucy's.
that,
Good to
man.
go. They good to go.
All right, what about
Where they
shorties
go
that
in the
smoke hookah?
chinos? They go right to chinos and get them Lucy's. The corner store.
Yeah.
You already
Yeah.
know.
What you think about the girls that smoke hookah? Is that sexy or not?
Nah,
Okay, because certain people think that shit is sexy.
I don't smoke hookah.
It's like,
Mm-mm.
you
I
got a
don't
lot
like
of Dominicanos and Puerto Ricans that stay with the hookah.
And Arabics and all types of people. And I think it's
Yeah, that-
nasty.
And
Yeah, that's where it comes
Ethiopians.
from. Arab, from
Yeah.
Middle East.
Them Asians too.
They got all these
Especially out
convenience
here,
stores out
especially
here
in
now.
LA. Especially in LA, you got a lot of Ethiopian chicks that smoke that crap.
It's nicotine. It's just as bad as cigarettes.
Yeah. I only had hookah like once. I was
Drink
just
they,
like, nah, I'm
drink
not
the
gonna lie.
tallest foot, and they got the tallest foot with
Like
it.
2 to
Go
3
with it.
times.
It's bad.
I said I only have hookah 2 to 3 times. That's it.
Yeah, me too. I'm not
touch
gonna
it.
lie. I've had it a couple of times because I work in a club environment. That's what I do. So yeah, I have.
I did it once. I ain't see no point. I don't know what to do. I did it once. I don't see no point in it.
Me too. I was like, what the fuck is the hype?
I was like, what the fuck? I was
Really not
I
that
was just
serious,
getting drinking
yeah.
and just. I was like, what this shit supposed to do?
Yeah, I never smoked it. I never found the use of smoking. Now, I'm not really too much into smoking anything. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Stay like that. Me too.
Yeah.
And when women smoke Black and Mild, they smell so bad. Their hair, everything just smells.
Yeah.
It'd be the prettiest chick. You'd be surprised the pretty light skinned red bone chicks. Yeah, they be
Mouth be
man.
black, man.
They
They
be
And
be
their
black
lips
black.
be
and mild.
black. Yeah, their lips be black as heck. Like, your lips
Ain't
black
got a
for
deep,
her.
and they got deep voices.
They out
They
here.
sound like Marge's sisters.
Yeah.
Go
My
down,
sisters.
go down South Philly where Amber Rose from. They got deep voices.
Oh yeah, that's everywhere.
Mm.
These women are so masculine. They're growing hair out their face.
Yo, they ain't even afraid to holler at a dude, yo. I remember I got holler at this one chick that was smoking a cigarette. You say, yo, what's good? I'm like, are you
Yep.
talking to me, yo? Like, what the fuck is going on? Speak to me like I'm a little nigga, yo. Like,
Hey.
miss, bye.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
turn.
man.
Is it a turn off, guys? If a
Bro.
woman approach you, is that a turn off? Like, let me like, if she try to talk to you.
All right,
Depends on how
it's
you do it.
funny. It's all right. I
depends.
like it. It depends, right? But it's two examples. All right. It's two examples. I thought it was funny. Second one, I definitely would have dubbed off site, right? And I was gonna dub both of them. So I said I remember coming outside, like out of some shop, right? I was minding my own business. You got this woman walking with her kid, and she just comes out of nowhere and say, "Look at you, you so sexy," and all this other stuff. I'm like, what the
That's
fuck?
aggressive.
You didn't even say hello, like, and you with your kid, like that ass, yo. Like, thank you for the compliment, but damn, son, you didn't even try to warm me up. You just went straight.
Yeah,
for the
that's
kill.
that's just aggressive as hell.
And then the second one had a cigarette. She was smoking a cigarette. She saw me walking up the block and tried to approach me. Then I said, "Nah, man, I'm good. I just came from work."
I was coming from the store. I had one. It was like two of them on top of a balcony, like on top of the store. And Shawty was like, "Hey, boy, hey!" And I'm turning around like, "You talking to me?"
Hey, boy.
Yeah, because they couldn't see me in the dark. They were trying to talk to me, trying to make me come over there. I was like, "Fuck no!" I got in my car, I kept going. And then I had a bitch. I mean, I can't call her a bitch because she walked up to me all cute. She gave me a note. Gave me a cute ass note. Oh, I thought you was cute and I was scared to talk to you. Here's my number. Now, that's cute, but like all that yelling masculine shit, that's just crazy, man.
I got that when I first visited New York City. I actually wanted to take out running because I thought I was gonna get raped by a female with that aggressive tonality.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was about to say, I be thinking it's a setup, man, when they come holler at me, man.
That's a good point.
I don't know, because I'm already looking out. I'm already very observant, man. There was this one female who just popped out of nowhere one day. Brownswood, I was like in the South Bronx, right? Which project is that? I was walking through these projects. Which project
was it? Mott Haven?
Yeah, Mott Haven.
Yeah.
Millbrook. You know Millbrook?
Yeah, I know Millbrook. Yeah.
I was walking through there, right? And some chick popped out of nowhere talking about, "Oh, I like your hair." And then she said again, "I like your hair." Right? So I'm busy looking at my left and right to see if I'm getting set up or something, man.
Word.
I'm like, yeah. So then all of a sudden, the conversation turned into, well, the liquor store's that way and my apartment's upstairs. You know?
What?
Oh, I would have ran. I would have ran away.
He was trying to backdoor.
And you know it's funny, wacky. It makes sense that it's a chick from Millbrook, son. Like it makes perfect sense, man.
Yeah,
he's gonna line you up.
I told her I'm good. I told her I'm good. I said I gotta go home, man. I'm good. I'm going home.
She was trying to get you.
Yeah, that's a back door right there.
God damn, man.
I go.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to say I have to admit, as being a Midwestern dude, it's a certain acquired taste to deal with New York chicks. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm not gonna lie, like when girls do approach, sometimes in the back of my head, it'd be like, how many niggas did she do this to? Like that be scaring me. I don't want no damn STDs or nothing, man. Like if you approaching me like that, there is no way this is your first time. Like you practiced all your life for that one. But,
Yeah. It's so hard. I'm gonna be honest. When I see men, I get like nervous. Like I get shy. I can never walk up to a man. Like I've never hollered at a guy. And even when
your whole life?
Never in my whole entire life have I ever went up to a man and tried to talk to him.
Oh, if you like somebody, what do you do?
I might, give him like signals, but I wouldn't.
So you cold approach.
No, I mean, usually guys are looking at me anyway. I'm not trying to be like, not, to my own horn, but when I'm walking down the street, guys look all the time.
Yeah.
Horns, I'm telling you, horns is blowing, guys is looking. So I'm just walking, and like, if I'm feeling somebody, like I might smile, like laugh or look, like I might let them.
Choose signals.
But I'm not gonna ever walk up to a dude like, yeah, let me talk to you for a minute. You look good as hell. Like, nah.
Well, why not? Though?
Because I'm a woman. That's to me. That's a aggressive. That's a masculine trait. Like to me. that aggressiveness, like walking up to a man, and I don't do stuff like that. No,
Nah, but
I don't do that.
It's nothing wrong with being polite. I mean, I can honestly say I like when women approach me and say things. I don't know for the rest of the men on here, but
no, I do.
You do too?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, a girl gave me a note.
I
Like,
like
that was
when
cute to
women
me.
approach me and say, "Hey, I like you. I want to talk to you. What's good?" I'm like, "All right, cool. What's up?"
I gotta ask a
But
question.
Approach is different. That's
But you,
different.
but you know what I see though? It's the younger generation of females that do a lot of the aggressive approaching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the thing is with me, a lot of teenage girls come to me and try to initiate some sort of conversation with me and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Because you
nah, I'm
probably
like
look
20 years
young.
older than you.
I want to tell you what happened. I was with my older cousin. He's like 50. And these little girls was like, we like older men. And I turned around, and these are girls under 18. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, there's like,
Oh
is
yeah,
that your, they was like, is that your boyfriend? I'm like, no, that's not. But what did you just say? Like, oh, we like older men. I'm like, that's a 50-year-old man. Oh, I don't care. I like older men. I'm like, oh my God, let's go. You're not
yeah,
going to
we
be
had
catching no
they do that.
charge.
You know what, Melody? When I would tell them my age, it's like, oh, you young, that ain't nothing. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I get that too. I get that as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
well,
get
my
it
cousin
all.
looks young too.
I
He
watched
looks
my
young,
dad
but
get hit on. That shit was funny. Some like an 18-year-old hit on him.
Oh, that's crazy,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I
But
be
damn,
getting
that's
scared when it happens.
Like you
this
rolling
is
around with a
how.
book bag. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, when I was in Catholic school, I'm Catholic, but I used to go to Catholic school, and I used to wear the skirt and the long socks and stuff. You know, my little uniform. I used to roll my skirt up. I'm not even gonna lie. Book bag
What?
on. These dudes used to be like grown men, used to try to talk to me, tell me, "Oh, cut school, get in a car." You know,
What?
Man.
at 16, I was like not even 16, probably like 15, 14. These grown men, like in their 30s, was telling me to get in the car. It was just weird. So I know how guys get down sometimes.
I mean, it's a certain look. Like I know in Asia, like what I'm hearing is like they like cuteness and shit. So like girls do wear skirts and all that. But if a man say cut school and get in my car, it's not. He think you
Grown
look like a
men,
little girl. That's why he's trying to get with you.
like you're a predator. Like you know what I'm saying? You're a grown man, and I'm obviously a schoolgirl with a book bag.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I looked young. Like I was real skinny. I ain't have no breast. Like my breast was real small. I was like probably like 110 pounds soaking wet, 5'2". At the time, I probably was like 5 feet at the time.
Yeah, you small.
And
Where
they was
these
like,
niggas come
Well,
from?
one thing
huh?
is these dudes get excited. You know,
Over, yeah.
there's something about wearing a skirt or something like that. You dudes, like we get erections off of anything. So the thing
Oh,
about it
yeah.
is, you see shorties out here with the school uniform. Okay, the face look good. She got a little titties, or she got the cleavage. Got the the skirt is a little high and stuff like that. Yeah, man. They're gonna be sitting up there wanting to do something. You know what I'm saying? That is some
Exactly.
predatorial shit, though.
I only
It's
seen this shit in
predatorial, but
reverse
also,
though.
let me tell you something. When I was that age, I knew what I was doing. These little girls know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's
They're
what
trying,
Yeah.
exactly. They're trying to trap a grown man. That's what they're doing.
when I was younger, I'm probably younger than all y'all on the panel though. But when I was
How
in
old are
high
you?
school, I'm 24. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you
are. You
no,
are.
no, but like that, when I was in high school, and even in middle school, the girls like they would go out of their way to go date older niggas. Like they would lie about their age. I remember this one girl, she was bragging to me that she was dating a 39-year-old. I don't know why you
Yeah.
telling me this. I don't care about this. She's like 15. But I was like, yeah, they wild with that. But I only see that shit in reverse. Like the guys, like I know there's like weird ass guys out there, but like where do y'all find these niggas? Cause I never hang out with no weirdo guy trying to talk to no little girl. Like I never seen it in person. But I
Listen,
know they exist.
they're out there. I don't know if they're still out there, but back in the day they was out there. I don't know about now.
They're still out there, and also it depends on the state too. Like I think the legal age in Louisiana is 16.
Oh, well,
Oh, hey, look, and they waiting by the high schools, huh?
Could be
same
still.
thing in Georgia.
On some R. Kelly stuff. You remember R. Kelly?
He was
I
waiting
heard
by
that
the
for-
McDonald's.
Yeah, I heard that for years. That he would wait by the high schools out there in Chicago, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also the other way around also, because when I was in high school, I had 2 teachers that tried to hit on me. 2 teachers. My Spanish teacher and my art teacher tried to holler at me, man. I'm like, what the hell?
They tried to holler at you, your teachers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that too. Yeah.
Well, you know, I can't tell that story. I'm
No,
not
tell
going
it,
to.
I think
Go
one of
ahead.
my mom's and my grandma's friend tried to holler at me once.
Oh, god dang.
Yo, I ain't
That's
gonna lie.
crazy.
I thought I was the shit when that happened. I was like, damn, I got it, man. All the chicks want me too, yo. It's lit.
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
it's different for a
Nah,
man.
for
That's
real.
crazy.
It
See,
is
men,
crazy.
you guys high five each other like, oh, you dealing with this older teacher? Yeah, like with women, you got to keep that to yourself. When you're a girl, you got to keep whatever you do. You got to keep to yourself. And that was my situation in school. Yeah, you just got to keep it to yourself. You can't tell nobody if something go down.
I always had the older lady on the block too. The old head on the block hitting on those teenage boys.
Oh no, with teenage boys, it's the same thing, because if the info gets out and the school faculty knows about it, oh, that teacher's going to jail. She's getting fired.
Yeah. But not really. See, they don't treat female teachers the same as they do male teachers. A male teacher, he will lose his license. He'll do all that. He'll go to jail.
If it's just an allegation, you know.
Same thing with the female teacher. The only difference is, for the most part, the female teacher is going to spend less time in prison on average.
Right.
Yeah.
Way less time.
Way less.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't understand why they treat the women better than the men.
Well, because the
when
men
they
are
do
still
stuff.
seen as the aggressor in the world. That's why they give us more.
Yeah, but both are predators. Like,
no,
it's
I agree.
predatory.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but we have a society that still says men are the.
Topaz said, "What's the topic?"
It's an open panel. You could talk about whatever you want.
Anything. What's on your mind?
What's on your mind, girl? Come on up, Topaz. We chilling. It's a chill panel tonight.
We still have this society that still looks at female origin of raw sugar and spice and everything nice. But in today's world, shout out to Mashawn Denise, take the first letter about what I'm gonna say in each word. Today's females nowadays is sugar, honey, iced tea.
Facts. What I want to talk about.
It's over.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm thinking about it. Did we talk about Kanye? Yeah, we did, right?
We did talk about Kanye.
On the other stream.
Yeah. He was dropping some gems.
Yeah. He's canceled in my eyes, Kanye. He's doing too much.
It's yay.
Yay. Yay. I'm sorry.
My man lost $1 billion and he's still acting like he's doing something. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he went so far off the reservation for me. I can't even stand him no more. I'm just like,
you're doing too much. You know? Topaz, hi.
Hey, Melody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I just got back from my job threw a Christmas party or end of the year party. So I just got back home. And so I saw you were live, so I just came through to see what y'all talking about. And yeah, y'all talk about like adults with high schoolers and whatever. And so yeah.
Thanks for coming. Why, did you have any experiences with that?
Well, not me. I mean, I might be, but see, first of all, ain't nobody asked you that. Now, who said that? Because I just want to know.
I mean, I agree with Wacky. So,
okay, exactly, because Wacky likes going around answering shit that nobody asked him. Okay, nobody didn't ask you that, Wacky.
Why you got
Topaz? When Topaz was driving home, she was swerving.
Oh God!
I took an Uber, so mind your business. Okay, so you need to worry about what you doing, Wacky. Okay,
this is why I advocate for passport bros, because of women like this right
here. Oh my
here.
goodness!
Okay, wait a minute. on. So you advocate to get away from women who, when they realize that they're inebriated, they call Uber and don't drive home.
Not even. It's like when that attitude, when you none mode, that's when I had to run away
Is
and
that
say
bronze bird?
definitely.
Because I feel real like I feel like there's a lot of bronze pigeoning happening today. Is that
I don't
bronze
even
bird?
know what bird I am, man. Like y'all always trying to shit on me. I ain't no pigeon.
Yeah, no, that's bronze crow. That's bronze crow, and he's over here doing the most.
Yeah, we a threat out here.
Topaz got double vision right now. She can't.
I ain't got double vision of nothing because I'm at home with my face mask on, so I gotta have zero vision. Thank you very much, Wacky.
Did you have that same black lipstick on?
No, I didn't have black lipstick on today. Today I had on a black dress with little orange flowers on it, and I was bomb
your whole outfit though. Come on, man.
Listen, it's on my Instagram, so if y'all on my Instagram, you can see that I posted
you
it.
Look alright, but that's not the point.
No, see, bronze bird from you, that means I look great because I know you a whole hater, so you have to take your comment down 5 levels because you can't give me my real props.
Y'all numbos be capping.
You are mad. You are mad AF, bronze bird, and all you gotta do is join Nummo, bronze bird. Just join Nummo, and we'll help you feel better.
Listen, just because you got them little new braids in your hair, you think you the
you
shit,
mad AF. My braids are cute. Stop acting like that. Melody, I just want to say to you that I came up here to talk to you, and you see how bronze bird do? This is not me. This is bronze bird. He was waiting to argue with me, okay?
To be a little goth girl, yo. Come on, man.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear what she got to say though about her experience or
right. So first of all, I just want to say that I can do both goth and girly girl. I like doing both because that's me. I'm a whole dichotomy in one person. I do both. Okay.
None mode though.
The Lord does not frown on either one of them. He wants me to embrace everything that He put down here. So mind your business. And
Lord,
second of all,
can I make it big? Can I make your picture big?
Sure,
go
ahead,
do
Melody.
that. Don't do that. Come on,
yeah,
man.
that was the birthday outfit though.
Yes.
Listen. So Melody, that was the birthday outfit, and I'm gonna tell you. So I just turned 41 last month, and that was the birthday outfit. 41? Yeah, 41.
You look young. You don't look 41.
Listen, see, this is why Sweet Melody. This is why her name is Sweet Melody. And second of all, if y'all bring that up with y'all adding an abacus and calculator holding asses, I'ma deny it. So so I told y'all today the actual age, but I'ma deny that shit. Like fuck y'all. I'm as young as I feel. Okay.
You can go for 35.
Yeah.
You can go for 35.
You're right. Go for 35.
You know what?
Plus.
I hate y'all.
6.
Y'all get on my damn nerves. Anyway, so I'm gonna answer Melody's question. So listen, I didn't, but so in high school, I had male friends, and they would come back and tell me that they were sleeping with the teachers, and I was like, wait a minute, what now? How did this happen? And so I never understood that, and so I still to this day don't know who initiated, whether it was the teenage male child or whether it was the grown ass woman. I don't approve of it because I have a son who is now in high school, and I wish a bitch would. I wouldn't give a fuck. Fuck you and that degree. I'm gonna snatch your ass.
Yeah.
Okay. And second of all, so also with that, okay, I just don't approve of that. I think that the women who assault male children in high school, that they should be taken to the same type of task that men are, because it's the same problem. That's what I think. And I was also told, because at one point I wanted to be a geometry teacher, which is 10th grade. And I actually had a boyfriend who was like, no, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that. You're not going to be a geometry teacher. You're not teaching high school boys because they're going to try you. And I was like, so I got to change my whole fucking career because a boy, I can just tell his ass no, what the fuck? And they, they just couldn't fathom that. So I actually had a boyfriend that was like, no, you're not doing that shit while we together. And so I didn't. So I didn't get to follow a career path because he was like, nah, teenage boys are gonna to me, that's why I go back and forth about who's at fault, because I get men, grown men who tell me, nah, when I was in high school, I would have tried it with a grown ass adult woman with my teachers. And then I get some men that say, oh, well, yeah, the teachers, they was going. We did ask, but the teachers was going. So the only thing I've heard from men is that the teacher said yes. like I've heard men say that the teenage boy would like approach the grown teacher woman and say, hey, can I get a little bit, and she would be like, yes.
That's
So
disgusting.
Especially with
yeah.
nowadays with a lot of these teachers going on OnlyFans, there's no telling they probably have been knocking out their students.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know there was the one lady who her and her husband was doing OnlyFans content in her classroom.
Yep, I remember this story. Yep. Sure.
So my question is, how do you, and she was like a kindergarten teacher, so how do you do OnlyFans in a kindergarten classroom? So like when he get the right spot, do you flip the little card up to the green, meaning he got a good he got the good behavior mark for that day, and if he do something you don't like, you flip it down to the red or something? Like that shit don't sound sexy to me. I don't know
At all.
right. You're right.
I don't get that. But what do you think about little girls messing with grown men teachers?
I don't like that shit either. I feel like, listen, here's the thing. When you're an adult and you remember what it was like to be a teenager. And so some teenagers feel like they grown, they feeling themselves. They feel like, oh yeah, I can handle it. As the adult, I feel like you need to shut that shit down, because you should know that anybody under the age of 18, their parents are still ruling their lives. So they don't have the information that they need in order to make this decision appropriately. It's not going to end well. So if it doesn't matter whether it's a girl or a boy, if you're an adult and a child approaches you, you need to shut that shit down, because you as the adult have wisdom and know that shit ain't gonna end well.
But you know what that goes to show you too, on the part of these adult teachers messing with these children. Since we see more and more of it happening, it goes to show you how a lot of these so-called adult teachers are still children in the mind.
Right.
Yeah.
What you see now with a lot of adults is that they're still children. I mean, we live in a time now where even someone is in their 40s and they still are not even mature in the mind. They're still children. So thus, when people have this childlike mentality and they're adults, they're more likely to do something like that.
Right.
They're not mature. They don't, and lack of maturity means a lack of being accountable and responsible for yourself. Thus, you're going to make, or more likely to make, bad decisions.
So let me say this. So, y'all know what I do for a living. I'm a therapist, right? So when I tell people that your children need to have a childhood, otherwise, if they don't have a childhood while they're actually under 18, where you can monitor that shit and lead them in the right path and show them that their decisions as a child aren't necessarily helpful, then they're going to have a childhood as an adult, and they out here in the community doing retarded shit that irritates those of us who actually grew up, until they finally grow up. So they're going to do retarded shit like, I don't know, still be stunted in their growth and fuck kids, or do some shit and not, do what they supposed to do as an adult, which now places the burden on the rest of us as adults. So when I tell people that, yes, let your child have a childhood, that isn't because I'm trying to like coddle them or keep them as like soft or whatever. That's because if they don't do it as a kid, they're going to do it as an adult, because it is necessary for them to understand why we make the decisions we do as an adult. Right. So I guess my answer to that is that, these teachers that are stunted in their growth and they still feel connected to teenage, because I'll tell you, as a 41-year-old woman, there is nothing a 19, 17-year-old could do for me. There's nothing that they could do that would turn me on to make me say, yeah, I gotta fuck you, or yeah, I gotta have a relationship with you. I'm sorry, they don't have the necessary components of what I need in a relationship. But you know who they can get? Is those who are stunted in their growth, the ones that still feel like teenagers. So if you let people grow up and you let them have their childhood when they're supposed to have it, that way when they're an adult, this kind of shit will be like eliminated. That's just my opinion. So do y'all agree with that or what?
Yeah, I agree. Too many people hands
out
here, man.
We agree. There should be some structure and limited exposure to what is being exposed to these kids. But the only problem with that is they have the internet. That's what makes it worse.
Well, the internet is a new parent.
Yeah.
The problem is that they're given the problem with the parents of now today, I see, is like they're not even trying to entertain their kids. It's like when they get bored or with their children, they're just like, oh, well, let them go on TikTok, let them go ahead and look at Roblox and all this other stuff. And these
but you know why they do that? So the adults that let their kids go on Roblox and they let like TV and social media and all of that raise their kids is because they're too busy out chasing their childhood. Okay,
Right.
I was just about
so
to say that.
they feel like, oh well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Go ahead.
No. I'm not saying anything bad thing. Go ahead. Good.
Oh, well, you know, I be having a lot of shit to say. So when I'm sober, I don't say nothing. But when I've been drinking, I got all kinds of thoughts, okay? So the point is that, like, those are the parents who feel like, listen, I'm going to put my kid, I'm going to plop them down with some chicken nuggets in front of a TV, and then that's going to raise my kid while I got to do whatever I want. And you know why? Because those are the parents now who, as kids, didn't get a chance to have a childhood because their parents adultified them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say stop this cycle, we got to stop this type of fucking cycle. And I hate the word generational curses. I'm going to just put that out there before anybody types that shit. Is because it's not a curse. It's an actual behavior that people are doing. And like they feel like, well, my parents didn't give me a childhood. So when I get to be an adult, they don't realize that what they're doing is childish. For you to tell your kid to come all the way downstairs to come turn the TV for you, because you don't feel like you should get up and do it because your parents made you come downstairs and turn the TV channel. That is childish. It's revenge and it's childish. And you didn't grow up.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dealing with the whole entire cadult syndrome.
Cadult. I like it.
I like that.
You talk,
right. Yeah. And I know, right? Cadult.
You talking about right now. This is the result of 3 to 4 generations of kids raising kids.
Yep.
This is what you're seeing right now, the outcome. And it's
there are parents that'll tell their teenage children, oh well, while I'm out doing what I need to do because I'm grown and you can't question me, right? Either I'm at work or then after work I go party with my friends. You need to watch your younger siblings because I had to watch my younger siblings, and that's normal. So we got to change the way our culture, like, so I'm gonna just tell y'all, I don't like the way Black culture is right now. I got some things that I feel like we need to do differently. And if I would write a book about what I think Black culture should be, it's gonna be a lot of people that's upset with me. That somebody gonna put a hit out on my ass, and I already know it. You know, because I feel like that there's a lot of stuff that, okay, there has to be that one generation that's going to say, okay, I didn't get a childhood, but I'm also going to just go ahead and be an adult. I'm not going to get this childhood and adulthood right now because I can see how the benefit is going to be for my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. So I'm a sacrifice. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what generation is going to be willing to do that?
Well, we had a gentleman that tried to do that, and they scolded him to death. God rest his soul, in the name of Kevin Samuels.
That's not what Kevin Samuel was doing. That's not what he was doing.
You don't think that's what he was doing?
No. Kevin Samuels wasn't concerned with children and the future generations. He was concerned with the connection between people who get married, the adult women and the adult men. So he had his own thing that he was trying to do, and that wasn't it.
But don't you think that kind of starts? Don't you think it starts with that?
No, because that is totally separate. First of all, the relationship between the mom and the dad of the children that they create and raise is totally separate, and they have to have that bond. So I do agree with the fact that they do need to bond with one another before they have kids, so that way they can be a united front before they have children. So he was concerned with the beginning part. He didn't say shit about like what we supposed to do with the future generations.
All right, let me say this. KS was not concerned about any of that. He was concerned about one thing: his pockets.
That's true. Okay, well, yeah, now that's true.
That dude was a hustling businessman. He cared about that. Listen, this dude didn't give a shit about the relationship between men.
That's true. He was concerned about his pockets through the fact of connecting women and men. So I will say that you are right.
Not even. He knew to market. He knew to market to women
that's
because
who he was
it was
marketing
consumerism.
to. Right.
Women would market, so he knew to market to them, and go ahead with the quote unquote high value and all that stuff. Like he didn't care. So that's what I'm saying. And the only response, the only pushback is that now you got these dudes sitting up there having him as the YouTube daddy, man.
But he tried to talk to men first, and they didn't give a fuck. When he was talking to men about their images,
it wasn't working for his pockets. It wasn't selling. So he figured, let me go to women to up my image, and let me go ahead and put on a suit because they're gonna respect me more.
Right. Okay. So all I'm saying is that if men are upset, because I've heard men that are upset, they was like, "Oh, well, he just only talking to women. He's here for women." But he tried to talk to y'all first, and y'all didn't give a fuck.
He did talk to men, but I've heard a lot of shows that he did mention something about family union, and I thought maybe that what he was doing was helpful from that point, because he always stated that we have to have family unions in order for this stuff to work.
True. And that is true. The point is, here's the thing: we as a culture, we as a group of individuals are gonna have to come together and decide what we want, what we want that to mean. So when you are a black man, for you to get to black manhood, what does that mean? So most cultures, they have a rite of passage, so that everybody that is considered a man, everybody that I see people respecting in the community as a man, I know that bare minimum they've done A, B, and C. We don't have that. And the same thing for black womanhood. And when I see people respecting a black woman as a black woman in the community, I should be able to know that they have passed the test of A, B, and C. And we don't have that because we can't agree on shit. And I'm gonna tell you, I've gotten cussed out plenty of times. I fought, and if y'all saw me in these arguments, y'all be like, "Oh, she's so masculine." But I was like, "Fuck that," because I have a thought of what the future could look like. So we don't have. That's the thing that we have yet to agree on, and that's why our shit is so fractured.
See, this is the thing, though, right? We've okay, like we talking about. We always have this conversation, and I've had this conversation in the past about us coming together as a people and stuff like that. You gotta understand this. Ain't no coming together as a people until you separate from niggas.
Right.
Oh, good point.
You gotta separate from
I
niggas.
like black people, but I hate niggas.
You gotta separate from niggas
Excellent.
and let niggas die off. Okay?
Right.
You gotta let them rot.
Wacky, I'm 1000% behind you on that. I've
Yeah,
been saying
because
that for
what it is is that too many so-called black people are out here trying to save niggas. You can't save niggas. You got to tell them, fuck them. Excuse my language. You can't save them. And one of the thing is with that I didn't like about Kevin Samuels, right? He was doing this as a business, but what I believe, in my opinion, that he was trying to do, he was trying to get productive black males to try to make themselves look appealing to nigga females. And I'm like, nah, you can't do that. You can't sit there and go back to this imaginary negotiation table with nigga females. Productive black males have to tell nigga females, they have to give them a middle finger and say, screw you and your negotiation table. I'm out of here. And the same in reverse when it comes to so-called black females and nigga males too. The same thing.
I agree with that.
You know what, Wacky? I said that same thing and I got yelled at because I was told that, like, why don't you hold black women accountable that are doing bad things? Well, here's the thing. I don't have shit to hold them accountable with. If I tell them, listen, men don't like what you're doing, but they got a man and I don't, because so many more men are flocking to them despite their bad behavior and ignoring me because I'm apparently boring or whatever, then I can't tell them shit. And so then I get yelled at by men that say, why don't you hold them accountable? And I'm like, hold them accountable how? So, like, that's the kind of thing, is that our culture still likes nigga shit. I'm gonna just say, like, growing up, being a kid that liked to learn and finish my assignments first, and I was like, I had higher grade point averages and shit like that. That wasn't seen as cool. If we think about black culture and what it is, the shit that I did growing up, making appropriate decisions where I'm not the chick that's been ran through, I'm the chick that has actual knowledge that can be helpful, that's not fun to black men, and vice versa. That's not fun to black women when you had a man that did the right things and made the right decisions. So our black culture, like, elevates nigga shit. And so if you're not doing that, you can't have a voice in the black community. So to separate, I feel like that the people who are doing the right thing, here's what I think should happen. The people who are doing the right thing, we can't argue with niggas. We have to just separate and then show them that what we have is better than what they have. Because at some point, right, the nigga shit, it means you're going to need something and you're not going to have it because you was too busy doing nigga shit. And then you're going to have to come ask us, and then you ask us, how do we get it? And then at that moment, we get to decide and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to help you unless you're going to do A, B, and C, because that's how I got what I got. And that's how you change future generations.
I agree with you, but I agree with everything you said, and maybe I may have missed it while you were speaking. But the problem with people like you and I'm not saying you specifically or me, but I'm just saying people that are in positions like that, we have some of those people that keep inviting them to the party. That's what keeps messing it up.
Right. Exactly. And that's the point is, you know, like, here's the thing. So if I'm telling a woman that what you're doing is not going to attract black men, but she got a man and I'm single because I'm boring, right?
Right. Okay.
Then I can't tell her shit. Also, she now has a support system that says what she's doing is actually okay. And I'm just a hater. So then what do you think the next generation is going to do?
You're gonna do the same thing.
Exactly. And I want y'all to understand that I'm not up here to complain. I didn't come up here to complain about my life. I like my life. You know, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing.
Complain.
You
good. No, I don't believe in complaining. I feel like it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to think that I'm up here complaining. What I'm saying is this is what I see. Okay. If this is where we going as a people, I'm gonna just do what I need to do and I'm gonna just be separate. And I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that.
Let me say something too. RBR in the chat. You got to get off your meds sometimes, man. Get off of your meds because let me say this. Hold on so fast because RBR is like a walking, talking straw man argument. Everything he says is a straw man, man.
I love RBR.
RBR
can I say some goddamn shit? This dude RBR will constantly argue a point that no one have ever made. Read his comments. He constantly does that.
I can't see the chat, so I'm gonna read them later.
He constantly does that. I mean, RBR. I told RBR that I know he's on disability. I know that. He has to be, man. This dude's crazy. But you know, that's for another thing, man. Homeboy is crazy.
He is.
But he's funny.
I'm
gonna say this real quick, man. I hear what y'all saying, right? We gotta get away from niggas, and I say we gotta get away from strags too, bro. I said the problem is that I had a conversation with this young buck who swears down the line, you know, black men need to be accountable. I said the problem is like dudes like you are still holding on to the Ratchiana thought box titty milk, man. Like the problem is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have a problem with a certain amount of these Pan-Africans from pro-blackity blacks. I do, because you know, I believe in my people, you know, all day, every day. But my thing about it is, some of these dudes want to be able to know that if a woman is disrespecting us directly, right? And if you rolling around the women that sit up there saying niggas ain't shit or, you know, you deserve to be hung or killed, then how the fuck you gonna tell me about accountability when you being led by a woman to make those decisions, my guy?
Exactly.
Because there's a play behind all that bull crap. That's why. Because
but there's some of these dudes that's really enwrapped in it, and it's like that's the stuff that would piss me off as I got older. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not doing that. You know, I got family. You know what I'm saying? I got family that I look out for at the end of the day, and I'm like, I don't be going around with that rhetoric. Oh, you know, black women ain't shit and stuff like that. I'm a mentor to a lot of people around me. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing. Wait a minute,
Bronzebird, you teaching the youth? Because I feel like, can you teach them not to be like Bronzebird though?
He's a hater, man. He's a hater.
No, Bronzebird be following me around to hate on me too, so I just gotta pay his ass back. Okay.
Please.
Listen.
You're rolling around with none mode and now you trying to bother me with some nonsense.
None mode teaches the youth, and you need to mind your business, okay?
I gotta mind my business. What you mean I gotta mind my business?
Because listen, I am still going to make time to come over there and troll you on your shit because I gotta do it.
Troll me.
I gotta do it.
For the record, go ahead.
I seen your ass over there last time, but I am going to come to your channel, Bronzebird, and I'm gonna troll you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have to do it. Okay, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is mine. I just want to put that out there.
I'll be waiting.
Okay, cool. Because I got your channel, and I'm gonna come over there.
Okay.
Melody,
you awake?
Yeah, because Melody ain't spoken in a while. Hey, Melody.
Yeah, I think she's asleep.
She fall asleep online again.
I don't know.
She's always sleeping, boy.
Yeah.
Because somebody's backstage. I think King of Lions.
Kings of Lions
backstage.
Melody.
Yo, look at what RBR is saying. 2 + 2 = 7. So this dude do not quit, man.
RBR is trying to tell y'all how y'all sound, okay? He doesn't believe that 2 + 2 = 7. He's saying y'all sound like 2 + 2 = 7, okay? Because y'all are lesser than. I heard him say it. That's how RBR feels, and I know it, okay? So I just want to put that.
RBR's little nut ass is still stuck in the 1960s, early 70s.
Excuse y'all, RBR is a whole activist, okay? Y'all don't understand.
Yeah, he's a YouTube activist. He's in up there thinking it's a plot mission to get at YouTube to pay us these reparations for being content creators.
Wait for them to give us our billions. I'm with it, okay? And y'all need to get on board and stop acting like that. Let RBR work on the billions while we do other shit.
Look what RBR called me. He called me a Trump nut. I was never a Trump man. Why would you call me a Trump nut?
Okay, but when you saying Trump like shit though, Wacky, because we all know that you kind of sometimes you do sound like Trump. I'm just saying.
Wow. Sometimes I do sound like Trump. How so?
Sometimes.
How so?
And well, I mean, like you just be like down with niggas.
You see how she's rambling back. This is what happens.
First of all, ain't nobody asked you that, Bronze Bird. Mind your business. See, I'm talking to Wacky right now, and see how you
your system, girl.
Like nobody was talking to Bronze Pigeon. Nobody was talking to you.
If I was over there, I would flick them braids because you talking too much.
You not gonna flick nothing. You gonna put your hands in your pockets and sit down somewhere. You're not gonna do none of that.
But the thing is, Topaz. If that's the case, you sound like Trump too, because when I had like my down with niggas argument, you agreed. Okay.
Wait a minute. When did I? Wait a minute. Oh no, I do agree with down with niggas, but not down with black people. Hey, Real. No, I like black people. I can't stand niggas. Because I'm just not niggerish, okay? I am super bougie, and I'm tired of apologizing for that shit. I like nice things.
That's my position. Topaz, that's my position also. I love black people, but I hate niggas. So how am I?
Can't strand niggas.
Okay, so Wacky, how come when you came over to the channel, you was talking shit, and then I had to answer the question of why I was singing your praises, and now all of a sudden I'm like, I don't understand what Wacky's on. So like, why would you do that then? Like, why? Just pick a side, Wacky. Okay?
No. I want no. Don't do that. You're deflecting from my question.
I'm gonna do it.
How do I sound like Trump? Okay, I'm still asking.
You said I sound like Trump.
You see that? That deflection was hard as fuck.
Yo. Mind your business. Exactly. I'm talking to Wacky, and if he don't remember listen, Bronze Bird, if Wacky don't remember, this is the place. Sit your ass down somewhere.
Hold on. Was it light liquor or dark liquor? Which one was it?
It was a little bit of both, but mind your business.
That's the reason. That's
why. Hold on, Topaz. I'm not going to let you deflect from me. I'm asking. How do I sound like Trump? I'm still asking that question.
I don't know, Wacky. Okay, I don't even remember saying you sound like Trump. To be honest with you.
Okay. You don't remember. All right.
You don't remember. That's I know.
You're going to make an accusation, but you don't remember.
I mean, but that's in the past, though. Like, why are you bringing up old shit?
Old shit.
I'm bringing up something you said 15 minutes ago. I'm bringing up something you said a few minutes ago.
But is it now? If it's not now, it's in the past. And y'all like,
no.
I feel like y'all need to let that go.
That far in the past. Hold on, Topaz. If that's the case, then you bringing up old shit too. How you talking about that? I'm sitting there roasting you. That's old shit too. Okay.
Because I thought of it. Like I understand that it's old shit. I can accept that. Can you accept that what you bringing up is old shit?
Ain't no telling.
No. I can't accept that.
That right there. See, where's your accountability, Wacky? Okay, you don't got no accountability.
You got nerve to talk about accountability. You can't even remember what happened like 5-10 minutes ago.
I said I couldn't remember. That's me being accountable. I didn't lie to y'all. I didn't lie to y'all about me saying, "Oh, I remember." I just didn't do it. I told you up front I couldn't remember.
Topaz drinking that 40 ounce.
She drinking that 40.
Ain't no 40 ounce. Well, first of all, that's nigga shit. Okay, and I don't hang out with niggas.
Okay, you bougie. What you was sipping on, bougie?
A bunch of shit. Listen. So okay, so there was like these lemon drop martinis with Grey Goose in them, and then there was sangria. It was a bunch of shit. I don't remember.
You know what's ironic? You know what's ironic about that?
What?
You can remember what you was drinking, but you can't remember what you was saying 5-10 minutes ago about
because
see that shit? See how
that works? I had to say what I was drinking several times. I only had to say what I said to y'all.
But that happened over an hour ago compared to what happened 5 to 10 minutes ago.
I had to say it more than once because I had to tell more than one bartender. I don't have like
As a nun mode, I get you now. It's cool.
First of all, Jesus turned water into wine. Okay, so he's cool with me drinking.
No, he's not.
She's so drunk. She's about to say it the other way around. She's about to say Jesus turned wine into water. She's about to say that.
Yeah, she clears what you know.
Nobody didn't ask you that though. Nobody was listening to that. Nobody didn't ask you that.
Hold on for a minute. Why is Andrew so damn quiet?
So mind your business.
Why is Andrew so quiet?
Andrew don't know what's going on, man.
You know, Andrew is one talkative dude, and he's quiet right now, man.
Hi, Andrew. How are you? I'm gonna go on mute so you can talk. You know, because I understand. Like, if you are here with Bronzebird and Wacky, this is what they do. So ignore them, and I'm gonna go on mute so that you can have your say, because they're not gonna never let you talk. But I will let you talk. You know,
that's a lie.
No, I'm just listening. Go ahead. Y'all good?
Okay. You get to hear the annoying fest of Topaz because she comes from the Nunmo crew, which is nothing more but women that's got loud voices.
I don't understand the problem.
They just be out here on streams just going at it. You know what I'm saying?
Because Bronzebird admitted you like me.
Where does all this come from, yo? Like, what you mean?
It came from you. I learned it by watching you, Face Ass. Yes, it came from you, Bronzebird.
Google play I Got a Crush on You by Lil Kim and Biggie, yo. This is
why, because that's what you want to sing to me, Bronzebird. Bronzebird, that's what you want to tell me?
Listen. Why are you trying to catch me out here? I never say no words like that.
You ain't say the words, but your actions spoke volumes. I know.
So what's my actions? What's my actions? Just because I flew over for the record TV don't mean nothing.
You're not alone. It's other people that like me too, so don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna judge you. Just say it.
Listen.
Just say the words, Bronzebird. It's okay.
Listen, y'all want my feathers.
It's okay. You're gonna be fine. You're not gonna die or anything like that.
Bronze, you know Topaz been projecting the whole time.
Facts.
She really likes you.
Wacky, I don't need this. Okay. Wacky, I don't need this out of you. I ain't nobody projecting nothing. All right, I'm just calling it the way I see it.
Yo, Wacky, you know what's amazing about that? You can hear her giggling a little bit when she's saying all that. You feel me?
Y'all funny, because y'all funny.
Nah,
that's why.
You know when women do that cute little laugh when they sit up there. You like me though. You like me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know all that.
So my laugh is cute. Just say that.
What you mean? I ain't even say all that.
You said it.
Nah,
you said it.
I said women like to do that little cute laugh when they say that, but you like me though.
Means you like my laugh because I'm cute. It's okay.
It's alright. I know you want to flirt with Bronzebird.
Nobody's gonna judge you.
I get it.
No one's gonna judge you. You're fine. The world ain't gonna blow up or nothing like that.
Don't try to give me a little therapy session right here on this stream, yo.
Bronze, you know she's a stubborn girl that love them New York dudes, man. You know she.
Facts. You know what it is, man.
New York dudes super breakfast for no reason.
When I say son,
breakfast. I want my breakfast to be quiet. I like a brunch. I like to sleep in through breakfast and have a nice quiet brunch. And Bronzebird can't do that because he loud as fuck early in the morning. Just 6:30 in the morning crowing for no goddamn reason. Don't nobody want all of that. Nobody likes that, Bronzebird.
You talking about brunch? I ain't say nothing about brunch. Where you get this
I know
from?
You didn't say nothing about brunch. I said brunch. I said that you would be loud as fuck crowing at breakfast, and I would want to sleep through, and so that I could wake up and have a nice brunch. But you can't do that.
See, this is the problem with nun mode, Joe. They tell on themselves too much. She want me to take her to breakfast. That's what it is.
I didn't say shit.
What you want? You want Belgian waffles? Eggs,
no, first
bacon?
of all, nobody takes me to breakfast because I make my own damn breakfast. If you haven't watched my stream where we had a birthday brunch, we made all that shit. Okay, I make my own brunch. I know you didn't ask me, but the audience may want to know why you're wrong. Okay, so if I call you wrong, I need to show the audience why you're wrong. Okay,
Yo, Bronze, she made that. She made that brunch recipe on video. Talking about, let me show Bronzebird how.
Show Bronze a motherfucking. I didn't show Bronze.
Say, where Bronzebird at?
Nothing.
So she see me in the chat with that avatar. She's like, "Yep, there go that bird avatar."
Nobody looks for Bronzebird. Okay, nobody looks for Bronzebird because we know where he is, flying over the most recent dead animal, like a crow. That's what is Bronze Crow. That's where he is. We know where he is. Nobody needs to ask where he is.
It's cool.
It's fine.
Listen, I get a lot of love out here. It's a couple of shorties that like me. It's cool.
You don't even like you.
Hey,
you
look,
don't
listen,
even like you,
I wanna know,
Bronzeberg. So how
Topaz,
does anybody else like you?
Is it the voice? Is it the voice?
It's not the voice
Do I
because
got
you
that
sound
Barry
young
White?
AF
Hey,
and nobody's asking for you, Bronzeberg.
Hey, is it the voice?
No, it's not the voice. Sorry.
Why you speaking like that though?
Speaking like what? Is it my voice though? You like this?
Wait, hold on. Why you doing this competitive shit? Hold on. Why you doing this competitive shit?
You like it. Tell them people you like it, Bronzeberg.
Crazy. You telling on yourself. Look at you.
Bronzeberg.
What's up?
I bet you, if you let her know that you down in her city where she at, she's gonna be the bird flying with wings flying.
No, I've already alerted the state troopers. So Bronzeberg is allowed nowhere near the border of Texas. Okay, so that's first one. That's number one. And second of all, Bronzeberg, you know Wacky's helping you, right? Like if it was just me and you,
this is my homie,
and Wacky wasn't here, you would be losing. Just so you know.
Slow down.
I want you to know that.
Yo, Wacky, did you hear that?
Yeah,
she said it's me and you. Wow.
Nah, I'm just being. Hey, listen, that's between y'all. I'm just being the person from the outside looking in.
I said if Wacky, stop helping. Okay, like you think you helping this nigga because you know good damn well Bronzeberg will be losing. His ass will be on hush mode by now. If it wasn't for you reviving him and shit.
Slow down.
Put the defibrillator away, Wacky. Okay, and let Bronzeberg die like he's supposed to.
I'm gonna see your response to this. Is it me and you though?
No, it ain't me and you. The fuck? No, it's not me.
Why you gotta backtrack like that when I asked you that question?
Who backtracked to anything? First of all,
you stuttering just now when you said all that.
No, because I was trying to figure out who made the song, me and you. I was trying to figure out.
It's a cat. It's a cat.
No, wait a minute. First of all, let me ask the audience. Who made that song, me and you?
B. Cat.
Whatever. Y'all asses would never.
I'm about to sing the whole song,
never,
bro. C-A-P.
Oh, that's cute. So somebody gave you one of them little alphabet charts, Bronzeberg. Somebody put one of them little alphabet charts in your room. So now you know how to spell cap.
I'm not gonna even answer that, yo.
I bet you not.
Maybe if you would stalk my page,
more than 3 letters, you can't spell it.
First of all, maybe if you stalk my page, you would realize that's a clip.
So are you asking me to stalk your page, Bronzeberg? Just say that. Say you want me to look at your page, Bronzeberg.
Just say it's 21 questions. Just say it's 21 questions. That's what you want.
I don't have those 21 questions for your ass. Okay, I don't.
There's 21 questions out here because you want to keep asking me.
Brother, say you want to talk to me. Tell the people.
Yo, this is crazy.
Hey, King Lions, how are you? Hey, Melody, listen.
Melody, this is your girl right here.
With Bronzeberg until you say stop, okay?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a long time.
I should have left you. Without a long beat to step two.
First of all, that ain't even the right lyrics.
Let me
Wacky
rock.
World. Hello.
What's going on, King?
It's been a long time. Hello, Brownsford. It's been a long time.
Peace, man. What's up?
So they know you?
Been busy with life and a lot of things. That's what I've been.
What's up with you and RBR going back and forth in the comment section?
That. I was just proving him wrong. Like I have proof and evidence. He don't know what he's talking about. He's still in that matrix. He's still in that system. He's still asleep.
Matrix and proof of evidence about what?
The color agenda race that doesn't even exist. And I have to prove it, of course. I have the evidence. He doesn't.
No.
So what's the proof?
By a scientist years ago. I'm quite sure you wasn't aware of, none of y'all was aware of, who created this color agenda years ago.
What's the scientist?
Yes, a scientist. Yes.
Well, what's the scientist's name?
Hold on. I can't exactly pronounce the name, but he made this in the 1700s. And let's just say he's behind all this whole nonsense. Yes. He's the one who created all this lies. And the elite's been using it for years. For people to fight against each other. Yep.
Okay, so how are human beings supposed to be classified as? Like how do you classify a human being and determine which group that they belong to?
We're all from tribes, exactly. Tribes mean groups. Yeah. So
That
what
would
we've been
still
following
require
is,
classification of some type of way, though.
Yeah.
yeah, so we've been following lies the whole time, and people didn't even realize it.
Is it really lies, or is it the fact that
It's a
you
lie.
put that out?
It's a lie that doesn't exist.
So let me ask you this, bro. So you said that we should be classified by tribes, which still means it would be a grouping of people that has to be classified by something. So what would they be classified as a group? If you say that black and white don't exist, what they should be classified as then? If it's a lie from Johann Friedrich and all that other stuff.
Yes.
Johann Blumenbach. I know exactly who he's talking about.
Yeah, I know who he's talking about.
Oh, so you know. Oh, so you do know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
I classify us as humans.
Humans?
Yes.
So any old person that has different hues or have a different culture and set of practices are just humans. So there's no uniqueness. You're just using it as a generalized term.
I'm using it as that color agenda has been alive for so many years. So many years. And I knew I was right on that the whole time.
No, I got you. But what I'm saying is you said classify everybody as humans. So if everybody's humans, let's say somebody who's so-called white, right? So-called white, or wears, so-called black, it wouldn't matter because we're just all humans. It'd just be a generalized statement.
Correct. No, RB, you're still wrong as usual. You still sipping that tea from the Matrix. If you was fully woke, you would do your homework.
So how would you? Go ahead, Wacky.
So King of Lions Z45. My question to you is that okay? So if the concept of race is a lie, are you saying that different human beings do not have certain phenotypes that separate themselves from other human beings phenotypically?
No, I'm not gonna say racism don't exist. I'm just saying the color agenda does not exist.
Right, okay, but you said classification of humans. So the thing about it is that would mean generalizing all people as one class. So what about the phenotypes that's different from each other?
Okay, hold on.
But
okay, but hold on. Before he answers that, I just want to let y'all know that there is. Okay.
Topaz, hold on. But King of Lions, the whole color thing. Okay, when it comes to color, that also deals with a phenotype also when you're talking about color, because skin pigmentation is part of a person's phenotype. So you also dealing with color also. So that's why I'm saying, are you saying that there isn't a genetic or phenotypical difference between different classes of human beings?
I didn't think about that. I just thought about the whole, didn't exist. I didn't think about that part. Something I did
Well, let me say this before y'all go further, because then it won't be relevant. Okay, so in terms of separating out humans, first of all, there will never be less than two groups. Okay, I'm just saying that the human nature, we're always going to separate into us versus them. So whatever it is that y'all choose to separate humans on, whether it's color, so that's the reason why the skin color is a thing, is because it's the easiest and most readily available to separate out people into two groups, either light versus dark. So if you stop separating people out by that, it needs to be something that is more easily recognized, and at least two. That is human nature. It's always going to be no less than two. There's never going to be a unified group of human beings. So I'm going to go on mute.
Hold on. I want to debunk the person says, RB, you can't debunk what I just said. There's also not only an article about this, but also a video about explaining the color agenda. So no, you can't prove me right, because I'm right. I'm right, you're wrong, and you don't see it. If you saw it, you would do your homework. So you're not that wise. You're still ignorant right now.
Yeah.
So yes, I debunked this on my channel. I'm one step ahead of you. You're just behind. I'm one step ahead of you, as usual. You can't debunk what I say.
Andrew, what you eating?
It would be one funny thing if
Pringles. Okay.
comes to bake the King of Lions Z45.
Yeah, that's gonna be something, man. That'd be something. 2 + 2 = 7, really, by then, bro.
I mean, yeah, because you gotta carry the 5.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying right now. Say like most people, they can't beat me second, but I'm always ahead of them on something. They can't. They can't debunk what I say.
Listen, I like RBR. Y'all need to leave him alone. First of all, RBR is a whole activist out here, okay? And if he get us these billions, I bet y'all asses is gonna want a piece of it.
I don't care about money. Like, I care about.
Well, I care about it because that's the universal lubricant, okay?
I care about
lubricant.
Yeah, it's a universal lubricant. You tell somebody something and they be like, "Nah," and then you slide some money in there, it just kind of slide in easier.
Good tonight, yo. Like, god damn, shit, lubricant. What you mentioning lubricant
The
for?
universal lubricant is money. You tell somebody you want to do something and they be like giving you pushback, but then when you slide that money on there, it's like rubbing on petroleum jelly and then it just slide in easier and they're more willing.
What you want?
A bunch of shit, honestly.
She's trying to turn Bronzebird on.
I'm gonna go after RV.
I'm worried about bronze pigeon over there.
I'm about to go after RVs. RVs, actually. You want to talk your mess?
You got shit, yo.
You come to my channel. The bulk of what I say prove me wrong. If you can't prove me wrong, you're proving my point. You're still
all right, King of Lions. RBR finna do a live stream tomorrow, and your ass gonna be the topic. He gonna be like, King of Lions ain't shit
right now.
I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of that dude. Say he's still in the Matrix. He's still in the.
All right, listen,
you're not prepared for all that, bro.
I ain't scared of him. He ain't nothing. He's still a sheep.
Yo, RBR going to shut this shit down. He come aboard this motherfucking man.
Listen, RBR got them connects. Okay, I'm scared of RBR. Okay, so y'all, I'm just saying, I ain't gonna help. So if RBR on your ass, I'm gonna be like, shit, maybe that nigga deserved it. I don't know. I'm gonna go sit my ass down and rest in my femininity. I don't got time for this.
Hell
yeah, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna eat some cucumber sandwiches and get my nails painted. I'm gonna rest in my femininity and not be worried about what y'all doing. So.
None more. No femininity with none more.
I mean, yes, the fuck it is. That's divine femininity. Okay, get your shit together, Bronzebird.
Those guys are gonna rest in her 40 ounce.
Maybe if the Lord say the same, okay, like mind y'all business. See, now y'all getting nosy.
She gonna set 40 in her nice little glass, so she got out the kitchen, man.
You know what I think? I think both men and women just need to get laid and just call it a day.
First of all, no. Everybody, no, because everybody not just gonna just get laid. Okay, you gotta pick the person that you want to lay you, and you gotta have some type of consequence to your decision. Okay.
When it comes to Topaz, she gotta cook breakfast first, though.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, if a nigga cooking me breakfast and
you need dick in your life, that's all it is.
Oh shit!
Is he cooking breakfast first? Because Bronzebird did make a good point. Like that's some amazing shit.
Hold on. Wait a second, RB. So you call him stupid exactly? First of all, you can't be a truther, you dumb fuck. You can't beat me.
I feel like RBR gonna hit this panel any second. Man.
Hell yeah, because he's gonna come up here and give us the truth.
So Andrew, keep it real. Andrew, keep it real. I know you be keeping it real, but I'll just say that anyway. But do you believe Topaz got a crush on Bronzebird?
Hell no. Nobody believes that. Andrew, don't let them suck you into this bullshit.
Let Andrew
answer it.
All right, Andrew, go ahead and answer it.
You mean regarding to the whole conversation?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility.
No, ain't no possibility of nothing. See, like, don't. So, first of all, he did say yes. Okay, because nobody believes that. I'm trying to help Bronzebird.
But check this out. Check this out, though. Andrew, you know how you can tell, bro? Because you know what girls usually do?
Oh my God.
When you straight up ask them a question like, yo, do you got a crush on such and such? They be like, no, they automatically answer. Why they gotta answer so fast like that for?
Okay, so Bronzebird, what you saying is no means yes. If somebody asks me if I got a crush on your goofy big head ass and I say no, and you say, oh, I heard yes. Like that's what I'm hearing. So tell me how I'm wrong with that.
It's just your whole stilo this whole night. Like I'm peeping.
My stilo? You know ain't nobody said stilo since 1993.
I mean, you do kind of come off a little bit.
Wait a second, Brownsburg. Hold on. Topaz, I want to say something exactly because like, you mentioned my birthdays, right? Second, did you know birthdays was paganism? Did you know involved with the moon goddess? Did you even know that?
I did not know that because I don't give a fuck, because I care about my birthday because I get presents. Okay. I'm not trying to find out like the deep sentimental reason why we celebrate birthdays. What I do know is once I turn across the sun, and I look at it as a race every year, right? So once I hit that finish line and I'm like, yes, yet another time I cross this finish line, give me presents. That's what I do. So all the rest of that, I ain't trying to find no deeper ass meaning to that. So I did not know that. You're right, King of Lions. I don't.
You have children. You have children, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You
You married?
Yeah.
I was, but I'm divorced.
Wait.
Cap.
Wait. Hold on. I want to say something.
Cap.
I want to say this to people. So if you celebrate pagan holidays or birthdays, that's what you condemn yourself. So the Most High, yeah, He's gonna deal with you and judge you with that. You know that, right? Everything you celebrate is evil. He's gonna deal with you. Just to let
Wait
you
a minute.
know.
So the Most High is gonna tell me that I'm wrong for celebrating birthdays?
Oh yes, Yep.
Okay, so you know what? I can't say that you're wrong. So tell me what scripture says that.
Oh boy.
No, this is not me trying to talk shit. This is me curious. I just want to know because I hadn't known. I didn't know before.
All right, give me 1 second, exactly, because I know the Bible says you don't celebrate birthdays or pagan holidays. Don't follow the ways of the Gentiles. I know that much. There's a lot of things.
Well, okay, so the only people I know that said that God said you're not supposed to celebrate birthdays is Jehovah's Witness. So my question is, like, here's the thing. I did not know that. So if you got new information, then I could do something different going forward. But beforehand, I didn't know.
My thing is, what's the scriptures that say that?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, so when you put it in there, let me know, and then I'll look it up. Because if I'm not supposed to, I mean, here's the thing: I'm not perfect. Okay, I follow what I understand and what I recognize. That's what I think God is going to hold me responsible for on Judgment Day. Is did you know? So if you're telling me this today, and now on December 3rd, now I know something different. Then going forward on December 4th, now I got to do something different. But before that, I feel like He's going to be like, "Oh, well, you didn't know."
And I don't think when it comes to your relationship with God, like He's gonna just spite you for every single little thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
He's gonna look at your heart.
You know, God knows what your heart is at the end of the day. And, you know, He knows that, you know, you can't help the society you live in, but you can only do the best that you can to be a follower of His word and a follower of a follower of Christ or God, the Most High, whatever.
Right. Now, so in the chat, World Class says, what scripture told you to celebrate birthdays in the first place? None. Okay. But you know what it did say? The scripture did say, honor your mother and father. And if they were celebrating birthdays, and for me to say, oh, I don't care about this is disrespectful, I feel like the common response to that is to celebrate birthdays and to take on. And he also said, follow your earthly master, which would be my parents. So my thing is, if they were teaching me wrong, right, because that's where I got it from, then until He sends somebody to tell me something different, I'm not held responsible for that. So no, there was no scripture that says celebrate birthdays, but I am supposed to keep the peace down here, and there's nothing saying not to celebrate it, or so I think, unless He tells me that there's a scripture that says not to, that I happen to miss, and then I gotta eat that and then do something different going forward.
So that's interesting, Topaz. You made an interesting point because you began your point by saying, well, the Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother. So whatever my father and my mother did, I have to follow that in honor of them. So with that
up
logic,
to a point.
If up to a point, oh no, there's no exceptions.
Yeah,
now.
okay. So here's the thing with that.
You done made that logic. So with that logic, so if your mother and father have actually done things that are actually contrary towards the Bible, are you honoring them or dishonoring them if you follow what they do?
Okay, so first of all, one of the commandments is have nobody above me. I am God, right? So if my parents are telling me something that goes against God, for me to do what they say instead of God would be me putting them above Him, which I'm not supposed to do. So that's one. Second of all, right, It also says, provoke not your children to wrath. So if I care about God such that he's in my heart, and them telling me to do something against him is going to make me angry, they ain't supposed to do that either. So there are several ways that you can understand that if your parents are teaching you something that goes against God, you are supposed to, at that point, not follow them. And then second of all, if there is somebody above your parents, like a pastor who's actually in the word, and he sees your parents doing wrong, he's supposed to stop them and support you and say, no, don't do that. Okay. So there is a hierarchy. Okay. Your parents who are raising you are supposed to be following the word. And if they're not, you don't follow them.
Okay, then you know what? You're actually proving King Alliance's point if he can find that scripture. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was asking him, because if he can find the scripture, then I'll just do it.
Proving his point. You know,
well, okay, because I didn't go against his point. My point was I didn't know. So if he can find the scripture that says it, now I know. And so then I do something different.
Technically, if you made a counter argument, you counter his point. That's what I'm saying. So the last point you made actually proves his point.
So what you're saying is I found the scripture even though he didn't, is what you're saying, Wacky.
What did I just say? I said if he found that scripture, you would be proving his point.
Can I just
elaborate? I just need to know what the scripture actually is so I can say yes. So when I do something different going forward, I can then quote that scripture.
Oh, definitely. Yes. I found some scriptures exactly so far now. So far,
I just wanted to elaborate on what Topaz was saying. As far as your parents go, people can be narcissistic. You can have narcissistic parents, and you may not even know it. Okay, and they can lead you into a path that you don't even know, because you could be mentally trained into thinking this is the right way to go. But as you get older and you mature as a person, you realize, wait a minute, you got to make your own decisions for yourself.
Right.
So there are bad parents out there. Listen, I come from a narcissistic family household, so I know.
Right. Me too.
I can personally say that there are people in this world that manipulate people and mentally fuck you up into thinking this is the way you need to go, and then you realize later on this is not the way it should be. So I can understand Topaz from that perspective on what she's saying. Is that what you're trying to elaborate, Topaz, in retro perspective of narcissistic behaviors in parents?
Because okay, so first of all, I did come from a narcissistic single mother, right? And second of all, and so now, you know what happens in my life now is now I have to explain why. Because, you know, men feel like, oh, well, why can't you, if you can't respect your mother, then how can you respect me? And so then now I have to go into, now I have a fork in the road. I have to decide whether or not I want to go down this whole path of explaining to them how I got to that point, which would be like, you know, bringing up old shit, being petty, or do I want to just say, yeah, well, some shit happened, you know, do you trust me or not? The point is, right, like once you know better, you do better. And like, so Jewish people have an age of 13 where they have their mitzvahs, right? So in Christianity, which I follow, there isn't a specific age. It's just based on when you know better, you do better. So when you're old enough to know the difference, when you're old enough to read for yourself, understand what it says, and see that your parents are doing something different, you now should have the respect and the support of a community that also understands what the word is saying, and they can back you up. And the problem in Christianity is that a lot of people are too busy doing what they want to do, such that they can't understand what we're supposed to be doing. So they can't back up the children who may be going a different path from their parents. It's easier to say, listen to your parents, because you're their responsibility on the earth in the earthly laws. And then that way I don't have to do shit. But if we were really practicing Christianity, then they would say, okay, well, this is what we're supposed to be doing. So if your parents ain't doing that, then yes, we will support you as the community because you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but most communities don't do that. And they also say that, hey, follow the parents. Listen to your parents. No matter what your parents say, your parents is always right. Which in fact, they could also be wrong too.
Right. Absolutely.
They could be taught something totally. They could be also been manipulated by.
They could be taught something wrong, or either they could misunderstand and believe something wrong. You're right.
It's a generational curse because it happens a lot.
Well, I don't like the word generational curse because these are all behaviors that people are choosing to do. A curse is saying that it's something above you that you can't control that just so happens. And so that's why I don't use the word generational curse. These are generational choices, in my opinion, because people are choosing to do the same thing over and over and over.
But what if they were taught
is
to
that
do that,
is
though?
that do you is it really a choice? I mean, it can be a choice, but
I mean, hold on. I want to say something on that.
Let me say this. Hold on, King Lions. Hold on, King Lions. What are you doing, man? Hold on for a minute. But but if we see this pattern continue from generation to generation, is it actually a choice of people making, or are people programmed to behave a certain way in which it was taught by previous generations?
Okay. So when you are programmed to something, then you are making choices based on the program that you believe in. So it's still a choice.
Not necessarily.
So, so it's still your choice to go along with the program, unless the person above you that programmed you is coming down to your level to now make that choice instead of you. Now, I'm not saying, I do want to point this out, right? I'm not saying that you're wrong for making that choice. It's actually very typical, and that's how our brain works. When you were programmed to do something, that's why people program other people, is so that they will make choices based on that belief system and that understanding. So it is still your choice, but
how
you
can it still be a choice if you're programmed to believe
exactly
because you are still the one that says yes, unless the person above you that programmed you came down and said yes on your behalf. It's still you saying it.
Those are the only choices you was taught to have.
I'm not saying that the person is wrong for making that choice. I'm not placing a value judgment on the choice. The point is, it's still their choice because that's all they were taught. However, they are not responsible for the consequences of it because they didn't know anything else.
But that's not my argument. That's not my argument, though.
Okay, so what is actually your argument?
My argument is actual question, and I said, well, okay, what about you say that people have the choice, but once again, are we sure that people have choices when what we see, especially in so-called Black America, what we see is people programmed to behave and think a certain way, and this program has been going on for generations and generations. So I'm saying, do we really? Okay, my point comes in the form of a rhetorical question. Do we really have a choice?
Okay, so here's the thing. The word that stands out to me in that sentence is really. Okay, so the point of programming anybody or anything is so that you can still control their choice. They still have a choice, but they don't have all. It's not an informed choice.
But
they don't have all the information available to make.
If someone's
and that's where we differ. And that's where we differ, because I feel like it's still their choice, but they're not responsible for the consequences. You're saying that it's not even their choice, but the person and such that the person that programmed them is responsible for the choice. So our results are the same. It's just that who we place the choice on is different. But for me, it doesn't matter whose choice it was. The point is who's responsible for the result, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that person that's been programmed may not necessarily know that if they have a choice or not. Because they've just been taught from other generations.
Which means somebody took it. Somebody took their choice.
They've been taught from other generations, this is how it's supposed to be. So they input that onto the next generation, not knowing that they're being programmed.
Right.
Exactly.
So
which means I wouldn't hold them responsible, even though they're the one that said, okay, so let's say you're getting a loan.
They're programmed to not even know if they have a choice or not.
Okay, so let's put it this way.
I don't think. Hold on for a minute, Topaz. I don't think me and Andrew is arguing over who's responsible at the end of the day. What we're talking about is
whose choice is it?
Do people really have a choice if they're programmed to behave and think a certain way?
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Right? So there's a 20-year-old, right, that was taught their entire life that the government is against us. So they go out. They get a loan and they help themselves and their parents. And their parents are telling them, hey, listen, we're not paying this shit back. They owe us, right? We just need you to sign for it. So nobody else told them anything different, but the 20-year-old did show up to sign for the loan, right? they had a choice, but they did not know that they had other options in that choice. But they still made a decision. So I'm saying that for me, whoever choice it was and what the choice was, that doesn't matter. What I would say is the most important is who is responsible for the result. So I get it. We differ on whether or not they had a choice. But what I'm saying is who is
That's a different
responsible for the
argument, though.
result is the bigger picture.
That goes into a different argument.
Right. And that's the argument I feel like is more important.
But once again, you go into a different argument. I'm not saying that whether it's more important or less important. I'm just saying you go into a different argument.
So in my opinion, they did have a choice. They just didn't know that there were other options available. And that's not their fault. That's not their fault to know that there were other options.
Topaz.
How is that a contradiction? It's what is. It's what we're dealing with right now.
Hold on, Topaz. I'm going to explain. If someone
hold on. Give me like 2 minutes because I got to do something real quick and I'll be right back.
I'm going to explain. You said, quote, they have a choice, but they just didn't know that they have other options. If someone has a choice, they would know that they have other options.
Facts.
Hold on, wait a second for a sec. Hold on, I want to debunk on the birthday things. I have the verse that she asked 4 hours ago. I have the verse I've been wanting to talk about.
I spit it. Go ahead.
Okay, it says, we need to remind you that Satan is the root of all paganism. People either follows God or Satan. See of John 8:43-47. The Apostle Paul warned that Satan is the God of this world. 2 Colossians 4:4. Clearly, birthdays are the world. So basically, he says if you celebrate birthdays, it's paganism. And it's the word of Satan. It's not the word of God, it's the word of Satan.
Hold on, which scripture says that? Say that again. Say that scripture again. I'm lost.
You're lost. Oh. Okay. John 8:43-47 and 2 Colossians 4:4. Yeah, okay. There's also another verse about John 14:15.
Okay. 2 Colossians chapter 4, verse 4. Am I correct?
Put it in the back chat so I can screenshot it.
Okay, read exactly what 2 Colossians chapter 4, verse 4 says about birthdays.
2 Colossians 4:4, it says clearly birthdays are celebrated of the world. So basically, he's basically saying is if you're following the word, you're following Satan, you're following Satan. You're not following the Most High. You're not following the Most High.
You're celebrating your life.
That's still following. That's still being worldly.
How? If you're celebrating the birth
what do you mean how? Like, because birthdays is paganism by the moon goddess. You don't know the origins. I do. I know.
I guess you do.
Yeah, I do. I don't celebrate that.
Hold on for a minute. There is no 2 Colossians. You mean 2 Corinthians?
Okay, but yeah, 2 Corinthians 4:4. Sorry, I said that wrong. But I can copy it so y'all can see it better.
Yeah, can you just put the scriptures in the back chat so I can screenshot it and then I'm gonna just read it? Because I mean, I did not know about this.
Trust me, I know a lot. A lot more people realize.
Okay, King of Lions. I'm reading 2 Corinthians right now. 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter and the 4th verse, right? From the King James Version. It says this: in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. It didn't say anything about birthdays.
It did. Let me show you the website. Actually, it did.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, right?
I mean,
yeah. What version are you reading? Because they have different translations.
The verse I was reading is exactly what the person put on there, but it was actually correct because when you celebrate birthdays, you're doing the same thing that the Pharaoh did years ago.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4 does not say anything about birthdays. I'm reading it right now.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Let me give you other verse. John 8:43-47.
Okay.
I look for the other verses. I'm sorry.
John chapter 8, verse 43.
47.
Okay. I know in the book. Okay, John chapter 8. That's when the Messiah approached the Pharisees, right?
Yes. Yep.
Let me see. That's John correct. Chapter 8. Start at verse 43 to 47. It says this: It says, why do ye not understand my speech, even because ye cannot hear my word? Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. Which of you convince me of sin? And if I say the truth, why do ye not believe? He that is of the Most High heareth the Most High's words, yet therefore hear them not, because ye are not of the Most High. Where in that scripture speaks about birthdays?
I'm still looking exactly, but also mentioned about 1 Peter 1:15. I'm still looking for that. I'm still looking for it.
But you said these were the scriptures that spoke against birthdays, but I read
Yeah,
two
I
of
mean,
them that you provided. It doesn't say that.
I do remember there was a Bible verse mentioned about the Pharaoh celebrating his birthday thing, but it's still evil regardless. It doesn't matter what the world says or what you've been taught by your parents. Wrong, it's wrong regardless. I mean, heck.
But King of Lions, the scripture says to prove all things. So if you're gonna present something as if it's fact, you have to prove it. And so far, you haven't proven it. You know, Topaz brought up a great point when she asked me to
hold on. There's another one I see. John 3:3. That's what I see. And that was James. That was also the James 1:15. That's all I have. It's like, I mean, you have to look at the rest of it because I linked the site.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 3. It says, okay, the book of John, chapter 3, verse 3. It says, Yeshua answered, and he said unto them, Very verily I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Once again, this scripture is not speaking about birthdays or born days.
I gotta find a verse for that. I mean, I know for a fact it's mentioned about paganism and it's involved with, with Satan or,
I mean, but Kings and Lions, once again, bro, if you're going to bring up some information and bringing it up as fact, you have to provide evidence to back it up. I'm not saying you're wrong. Nor am I saying you're correct. I'm saying that if you're going to come on a panel and make such a statement, be prepared to be challenged. And in order for you to be prepared to be challenged, you have to provide evidence and know the evidence that you're providing. You can't just make statements and not be able to prove it. Once again, I'm not saying you're wrong.
I can look up the origins of my birthday thing now. That's not a problem. Dang,
okay, well, let me say this. Here's my point for anything that I said earlier, right? Is the fact that when I celebrate a birthday, I'm not placing myself higher than God by celebrating my birthday. All I'm saying is, yay, I made it across, another rotation of the sun, and it's a way of counting how long I've been on the earth. And even in the Bible, they counted, I don't know what their metric was to count how many years people have been on the earth or whatever, because they had different calendars and shit. But what I'm saying is, like, how if he can tell us that Methuselah lived to 969 years and that was a blessing, then why would he say that to count how many years you've been on this earth is not a blessing? That is something against him. So that was my rationale, is that nothing in the Bible said that it was wrong, and that he himself, even if we're saying that we believe in the Bible itself, he counted years that people were on here. So I'm not saying that I'm putting myself higher than God. I still know that he's the Most High. That don't got nothing to do with me celebrating birthdays.
Well, you gotta look at the origins of birthdays, exactly, because you're uneducated about
Well,
it.
you said birthdays were paganism, and the only thing paganism is anything other than practicing the religion of worshiping one Most High. They back then, when they decided to define paganism, it was anything other than what the fuck we believe right now. So, I mean, they were, when they talk about Easter and Christmas and all of that, it was because they were like divergent. They were different than what we are doing. And and basically, I feel like back then they were saying you either with us or against us. So if you believe any of that shit that people who don't believe what we believe are doing, then you're a pagan and you're evil. So I wasn't born back then. I don't live in all of that shit. And also I believe in one most high. So my point, I don't want this to come off as me yelling or arguing with you, Keegan Lyons. What I'm saying is this is my belief. So what I'm looking for is for you to tell me a scripture that says that what I believe is wrong. And if you have one, I'm going to read it. And if I'm wrong, I will do something different.
I still I'll look some more exactly.
Okay. Understand.
Now, fasting is life. He said something interesting on the chat or in the chat, right? Where he said birthdays is wrong when mixed with pagan rituals, but if you thank the Most High for your birthday, it isn't wrong. I can agree with that. You know,
yeah, exactly. I agree too.
I don't really celebrate birthdays, but I acknowledge them by saying, okay, this is the anniversary of when, you know, you was born. Happy born day. You know, you've been blessed to see another year in this world. That's it. You know, I don't really.
I'll get it. I'll give for examples that like when you do a birthday cake, you put candles. Exactly, that's doing a ritual. That's showing your allegiance to the moon goddess. People don't even know that.
Wait a minute. Okay, so is it just candles on a birthday cake, or is it candles in general?
To a cake.
Real question. I'm not trolling. Real question.
They did that back then in the ancient times. When the pharaoh celebrated his birthday, that's like what they did back then.
What? Put candles on a cake?
I just put candles on the cake and I blow it and I make a wish.
I mean,
I don't even make a wish. I don't even make a wish, and I don't put candles on my cake. I just be like, I like cake, and it's my day today, so I'm gonna get some cake.
That's showing your allegiance to the moon goddess.
What is to put the candles on the cake or to light candles?
Too deep in that. I just make a wish and blow my candles.
Yeah, but it's...
you got a lot to learn, man. You got a lot to learn.
Maybe I do. I don't know. I just don't take life too seriously like that. That's just me.
You've been miseducated. You have.
Well, here's the thing, King Alliance. I feel like God knows our heart, and so if you're not doing it and like worshiping someone, you know, like if you're just doing it because it's fun, I think He understands that.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, your life. You gotta be more careful, exactly, because when you've been taught.
True, but you know, okay. So in order to praise something, you know, it has to be more than just you doing the same thing as somebody else. You have to actually have the intent and the thought process behind it. Right. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I give my soul to the devil." No, you got to actually do some things and have the intent behind it.
Right.
When you say the moon goddess, which moon goddess are you referring to when it comes
I'm trying to remember her. I'm trying to remember the person's name. Give me a second. Hold on, I'll have to look the name up.
I have a joint that says it. A joint that says it. So it says, "But what's a birthday party without some cake? The candles came first. In ancient Greece, round cakes were baked in honor of Artemis, the moon goddess. Candles were placed on top to represent the glow of the moon. In Greece, as in many ancient societies, it was believed that the smoke of the candles would carry their prayers to heaven."
So I'm gonna say this: if God knows that I had no idea that was a thing until you just said it, He knows that anytime I put candles on a cake and anytime my parents put candles on a cake in my childhood, that ain't what I was doing. Facts. I feel like He knows that.
That's true. That's true. But here's another thing. I'm just going to add on to what you were saying. Here's another thing. Thus, the Most High puts you in a position where you meet someone.
So now that I'm hearing it today,
that can inform you and tell you that what you was doing is wrong. Now, once you've been informed about that, now it is up to you to decide what decision to make.
Right. So basically, I'm on this panel here to hear it today. Now, I will say, and I haven't put candles on a cake since I got grown. I don't know. I just felt like once I turned 18, candles were childish, you know? So I feel like, you know, he put me on this panel so that I could know that that's not a good thing, so that I won't do it for my grandkids, you know?
Well, it's the same thing with Halloween. You know, I mean, Halloween is people say it's a spiritual, it's a way of waking up demons, spirits.
Well, Thanksgiving is no better.
Morticians.
Exactly, because Thanksgiving's a lot too.
Yeah, but as a child, as a kid, you know, you celebrate Halloween because you just put it.
You get candy and you can dress up.
Right, you're dressing up, and then you know,
nobody's doing rituals to wake the dead like when you're in your childhood.
Hey, nobody's looking too deep into that shit, man. They're just having a good time. That's it.
I wouldn't say that, you know, my thing is people have to follow.
Halloween satanic, Christmas satanic, New Year's, all that stuff.
We on the same.
Hey, listen,
page,
King of Lions, listen. Would you do an interview with me? I'm gonna put my email in the back chat. I want to do an interview with you about this stuff.
Okay. Bring RBR.
No, yeah, RBR. Listen, no. I want to do an interview with RBR, but he gonna have his own topic. Okay, thank you very much, Wacky.
I'm playing. I'm joking around.
Alrighty. I mean, I just bring facts.
Okay, so King of Lions, I put my email back there. So email me, and I want to talk. Like, I want to have a one-on-one interview about this.
All right, because I originally have like Discord and all that, but I originally don't use emails. But I guess I'll use my email one time for this.
You see, and I don't do Discord because it just seemed like a lot of stuff. I don't have TikTok. I don't have Twitter. You know, I got like YouTube and Instagram. That's it.
Stay away from Discord, man. It's a lot of.
Well, I got.
I hear because y'all be on here blasting the shit out of people on Discord, and I'm like, God damn, would y'all sit y'all ass down? Stop talking to people in this Discord.
I got Discord. I got Instagram. I got Twitter and Facebook.
King of Lions, so what be going on in your Discord? Like, what do you be doing in there?
I like to educate myself, exactly. Like, you know, I show a lot of people what goes on. It's like you know.
Oh, so it's nerdy in there. Okay, so listen, put your Discord in the back chat because I want to. No. Listen, that wasn't an insult because I like nerdy stuff. Okay, so put it in the back chat. I'm gonna be in your Discord. I just want to see all this educational stuff.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah, and then when it comes to Christmas, it's gonna come up to the ritual of Saturnalia, and then
yep.
Then the celebration of New Year's.
A lot of people don't even know about that.
Of
all of us
the barren lands or whatever, and the equinox signifies the shortest day of the year. That shit.
Okay, so let me just say this. Being raised in the South, okay, the equinox and the what's the other one? The solstice and all of that has a lot to do with farming, you know, and like recognizing the moon and its phases and where you are in terms of the seasons and stuff. A lot of that ain't got shit to do with paganism, and it has more to do with survival and being able to eat. Okay, so I do like knowing it, but I don't do like a whole festival on the solstice or nothing like that.
Well, you're talking about looking at the heavenly bodies from an agricultural point of view, but in the history of man, people looked on to the heavenly bodies, you know, from a spiritual point of view. Thus, you have paganism, you know, and Christmas was based on that. You know, that's actual facts. You know.
Well, I actually found out all those holidays are connected. Thanksgiving, exactly. That's paganism. That's involved with the murder of Indians. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know the dark history.
They do know that.
It's a lot darker people.
Yeah, they know it's a murder of Indians. They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they just be glad we got a day off and we get to eat.
And what's even so funny when it comes to Thanksgiving, it was actually the Indians who celebrated that first.
Right.
You know, to celebrate the fall harvest, right? And it was the Pilgrims when they first came to Virginia, the Pilgrims stole that fall harvest feast from the Indians and turned it into their own called Thanksgiving. A lot of people don't even know that.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
And they did rituals exactly on Thanksgiving. They killed and enslaved the Indians. They go, it's a lot more than that. And it's involved with Europe. It's not involved with what people have been taught. Like a lot of people don't even know that. See, I did my own research about that.
But did you guys know that Christmas was not celebrated in the United States until like the mid 1800s?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm against that stuff. I'm against all that. I don't celebrate nothing. I celebrate Saturday, yes, but I don't celebrate anything. They started to celebrate the feast day and tabernacle and stuff.
Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and confess because I do celebrate Thanksgiving because I like to cook. I like a lot of food, and I like to remind my kids what they should be thankful of. So I use it like a day of prayer, of remembrance. What all have we been through this year?
May the Most High spite you.
You know.
You're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble.
Stupid. I cannot deal with y'all today.
Topaz out here throwing a hint at Bronzeberg. So I like to cook. You know.
Wait a minute. No, first of all, I like to cook, which means Bronzeberg is gonna be in the pot. Okay, I am going to fry his ass like fried Thanksgiving turkey because he be trying it. He be fully trying it.
See, that's
You
what y'all
can't
get
hide
wrong.
turkey, no
Y'all try
Brownsburg.
to
You can
throw
hide
me.
turkey.
Listen,
You a little turkey.
listen. Topaz, it's all right. I know y'all like to classify me as the lower tier of birds, but you don't know what tier of bird I am. So you just making allegations, not knowing what you're saying. You can't eat me. And the thing about it is also, you can't, I'm not just one of these pigeons that's walking around.
You do be walking around for no reason. And you are from New York though, Brownsburg. So like that just kind of sounds pigeony. It sounds pigeony.
Regardless if it was pigeony or not, I know you Southern girls like New Yorkers, man. Y'all love us Northerners. When I say son, I make your toes curl, girl.
Y'all
Stop playing with
don't
me.
have no manners and social graces. Don't
You
nobody
like
be
that, though.
I can't bring
When
you
them
home to
Timbs
my
and that
pastor and my
Yankee fitted
parents
cap
because
is
you gonna
on
be out
my
here
head.
with a fitted talking about what's up, son, and they gonna be like, bitch,
Nah,
who
we
you
don't
talking
even say
to?
that when it comes to women. We be like, what's good, ma? You model? That's what we say. We don't say all that. You gotta understand what's going on out here.
I understand it, but I know I can't take out of my pastor and my parents because y'all be doing too much.
Hold on, Brownsburg. You see how she giggled when Brownsburg? You see how she giggled when you said, "What's up, ma?"
Oh my God, Mikey!
Hold up, I
Like,
gotta
stop
say,
helping this nigga.
hold on.
All right,
I gotta
let
say
him
in a
fight
very
his
white
own
voice.
battles.
Hey, what's good, ma?
Nah, I'm good. I'm straight.
You're a damn lie.
Why I can't be straight because you mad, Brownsburg?
I'm not saying that. That's just a damn lie.
I see another Jay-Z and
Super
Beyonce.
straight today.
I see another Jay-Z and Beyonce couple. New York.
Nah, first of all, I'm already
shit,
being
man.
entertained. Bronze Pigeon is too late. And I feel like he looked like
I
a
didn't even say
pterodactyl.
nothing. Whoa. Pterodactyl now?
You bronze pterodactyl. That's what I'm gonna start saying right now.
All right.
Hold on.
Keep on going with the nonsense. What's up, King Lion?
Did you get my Discord exactly? Did you get it?
Okay, so is this the link to it in the back? Because I screenshotted it.
Did you? Well, no, I didn't put my link in there, but I put my name and number on there. I can link it. I can link my Discord. You want to link
Okay, so if I go to, so I already have a Discord app. So if I type that in there, it's gonna bring up your thing.
Yep. And I can
okay, cool. Okay. And Fasting, shut up. That's why you're not even on the panel while you back there talking shit. Yes, my mouthpiece is super high value, and your ass is in the back. So mind your business, Fasting. Okay, shut up is life.
So hold on. So let me say this. Let me be the first to say this. Right between Yatu, Brownsburg, and Topaz, I'll be the best man. All right.
Yo, come on, man.
I'll be
the best man to do what? To help Brownsburg understand that I'm busy right now. Like that's so that's your job. You're gonna be the best at helping Brownsburg to cope. That's what I think.
Cope with what?
To cope with the fact that I'm doing some other shit. Okay, I am being entertained. I am minding my business, and I'm trying to help Brownsburg, but he don't want help. Help me help you, Brownsburg. Okay.
I didn't ask for you. How you gonna volunteer help that I didn't? Hold on, wait a minute.
That's how married couples argue.
Hold on. How you gonna tell me help you? I didn't ask for your help though. So you want to help me in general?
But I'm offering because I care. Okay, I care about the community.
You're offering because you
and
like me.
I'm trying to make things less tensions. You know, and here you are out here acting like a whole crow. You acting, like a bat. That's what you're doing. You're being bronze bat right now.
But you still proving my point though.
Your point to do what? Don't nobody be listening to you to know what your point is, Brunsberg. Nobody listens to what the fuck you be saying. Nobody.
Can you hear me?
Listen to you.
Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear
you. Hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, so that means you listening to me. See how that works?
Because you said it like 8 times. I wanted you to stop saying it. That's why.
Man, you don't want to.
Yeah, I kind of do, brother. See, you gonna tell me what I want. See, this is what I be talking about. I'm trying to help you be a better person. I'm trying to help you be well-rounded in society. But you out here just being extra. You being contrary for no reason. Why are you this obstinate?
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when, a woman trying to change her man. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
I'm well-rounded already. You know what I'm saying?
I am not trying to change wacky, right? Because now you're being bronze birdie. Okay. I'm not
what
trying
does that
to
even
change.
mean?
I'm not trying to change bronze bird. I'm trying to help him be a normal person so that more people will let him in society.
Man,
damn.
He's in your mind, man. He's in your
No,
mind.
he's not. He came up here with that bullshit.
Free.
You ain't.
It's maybe because I flew by.
Are you gonna get evicted?
That's the thing.
Brother,
you know what it is?
Bron
It's
Pterodactyl, you paying and you paying on time,
She
rent
felt-
every month,
Nah.
okay, or else you getting evicted. You came up on this panel.
She ain't trying to let me leave.
I got
Oh, whatever.
I got some news for you, bro. For Rocky Words. I guess I didn't tell you last month what happened to me exactly. You're not gonna like the news. What happened? I mean, oh no, it's not good news. I'm about to tell you. Last month before I was heading to work, I got into a car wreck. Well, I was with the Uber driver. Yes, I was heading to work exactly, and I got into a car wreck. Yes, yeah, and my fiance was on the phone with me. Yeah, my friend was late. The other one had glass exactly, and person apologized to us, crashed into us, and was ring on that day. Contact 911 exactly. They tried to ask me, did I need to go to them, but the hospital said no. So I chose to go to work, and then the next week or so, or 2 weeks ago, I went to the hospital. You see, I took myself, and I'm fine exactly. But that nonsense came out of nowhere. It was raining where I was, and yeah, so I did survive. The Uber driver, he went to the hospital. His car was wrecked, but the person who crashed into us apologized. Exactly. I'm like, but somebody tried to tell us, oh, you could sue that person. I'm like, yeah, but the Uber driver could only sue that person. And the fire truck or whoever, they took me to my job exactly on that day. You see, my family don't know about that because I don't get along with them, so I ain't telling them what happened. Certain people know. My fiance knows, but yeah, I wanted to let people know. I did get into a car wreck this year, last month. But I'm fine.
Well, I'm glad you're fine, but I don't think that the fire truck was supposed to take you to work.
It's a long story with that.
Okay.
It's a long story.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Man. Oh yeah. I'm glad I'm still here. I'm like, what the hell? Shoot.
And you went to work that day after a car accident? Shit.
If that ain't dedication, listen, you were supposed to fall out the car and be like, I fallen and I can't get up. You supposed to act like things are broken. Like, come on now, King of Lions. You supposed to milk that.
Exactly. Make that money.
Right. Don't let it make you.
Oh no! I get what you come from, because I got like 2 or 3 jobs exactly. About to give me another job. See, I be working part-time, making extra money. Yes, I do.
Okay, but King of Lions, you know what, King of Lions, if you're gonna do all of that, why don't you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it in our interview.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. Because I be having ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear stuff and then I just like, oh, but you could do. And so, and I don't mind. I give these ideas away for free because I ain't doing shit else.
No, I hear you. But yeah, even go press it here and now. It's like he didn't even know about it. Yeah, I got into a car wreck. So let people know. Yeah, that's what happened to me. My fiance was worried about me. She was that worried. She was on the phone and said, well, I was sitting to work. Like, yeah, got into a car wreck. Yep.
That shit crazy, man.
My finger was bleeding exactly. Yeah, I had glass on me a little.
Just so you know, King of Lions, I admire your work ethic and dedication and honesty and all of that. But if you ever get into a car accident or accident of any kind, you're not supposed to go to work that day because you don't know what could be wrong. And so you may not get to say, hey, I'm out here fucked up because of what your person did in court if you go to work the same day. So just so you know, you're not supposed to go to work that day. You're not supposed to do shit but go home and chill.
Word. Even if I don't get injured like that, I said, fuck.
I still
right. No, you supposed to. A lawyer told me that. You supposed to take your ass home and chill until you know if you okay.
Yeah.
I still Wednesday, cause like I had blood on my work pants a little bit. But
yeah, you definitely wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah, you wasn't supposed to go, man.
Like, and first of all, what kind of job lets you show up for work with blood on your pants? They were supposed to send your ass home anyway. I know if you work for me, I'd have sent your ass home. Like, I don't know what you into, but you got to go home and deal with that.
I wasn't that badly hurt.
It doesn't matter. The point is you have blood on you and I don't know where it came from. Let the police need to not come to my place of business. They need to come meet you and interview you at your house to figure out where this blood come from. Don't bring that shit to my job.
And let me tell you something. Once you have a copy of the police report that says that, that says that you was in the car and you got hit and you got into an accident, the job can't fire you. Okay.
Right.
As a matter of
Well,
fact,
they're
you
not supposed
automatically
to fire
get
you
workman's
anyway.
comp. What happened?
They're not supposed to fire you anyway.
Exactly. You automatically get workman's comp like that. You know? Yeah.
Oh wow. Then I didn't even know that exactly because the people who came to help us exactly, they give me a band-aid exactly, so the blood can stop exactly. So I still went to work.
Wait a minute, what state you in? What state you in?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, but I'm in North Carolina, Raleigh.
Okay, see, I don't understand that because in the South, ain't no, like we'll give you a band-aid, but we ain't telling you to go to work. We'll tell you to go home. People gonna show up with a casserole, and some big-titted woman with big arms is gonna come hug you until you fall asleep. I don't understand. That sounds like some northern shit. So I don't understand how you in the South and that's what they gave you a band-aid and told you to go to work.
Well, I was born from the South, but I left in 2019 and went here.
Where was this accident? Where was this accident happening?
Trying to remember. I have to look to myself.
Which state? Which state?
I have to look to myself and I got my hospital paper exactly because they got the results of my X-ray and stuff. But I was fine on everything.
Well, if you was in the South, they were supposed to coddle you and feed you until we find out what happened in court because we don't do that shit down here. I'm just.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, because I was born there and say that's where my family was from.
Yeah,
that's where I'm from exactly.
Right. Well, listen, it's almost 4:00 in the morning here, so I'm gonna jump down and I'm gonna go to sleep. And I want to say this was fun, and I'm gonna join these panels whenever I see Melody live, and I'm available to talk on these panels. I'm gonna come over here and troll the shit out y'all because y'all don't be doing shit else.
Yeah, right.
I'll just about to see my Discord link. Hold on.
Oh, it's in the back.
I'm about to send it right now. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Topaz about to have the most fabulous dream about Bronzeberg. I bet you.
So Bronzeberg,
see, I know you would want that to happen, Bronzeberg.
She was throwing another hit at you, Bronzeberg.
I know.
She threw another hit.
Damn,
you know,
man.
she virtually
said.
You know what she's doing? You know what she's doing? You know what she's doing? She's virtually winking.
But croutons, so he can go on about his way. Nobody's throwing no hints or nothing.
Birdseeds and berries too, huh?
Ain't nobody. Listen, Bronzeberg, you don't even want you. How the fuck?
What she said about to troll,
it's that
she
virtually
really saying
winking.
she about to troll Bronzeberg.
Yeah,
there ain't nobody about to troll. Look, I was gonna troll Bronzeberg, but now I got somebody better to control. To troll. Okay, that would be King of Lions. I'm gonna go over there and see what he's talking about.
That's a cap.
You mad AF, Bronzeberg, and I don't understand why.
I'm calm.
No, you're not calm. That's not calm.
You know what it was? It's because I flicked your braids at one time and you got upset. That's the reason why you got mad.
You did not.
You seen that little feather that just came off my wings like that one time.
There it is.
It's like, oh, that's a trailer, bro.
Okay, so do birds get alopecia? Why your feathers falling out? Like, ain't nobody want to see that. You just came up here to tell me that you losing your feathers off of stress because ain't nobody chasing your ass. Okay, just say that, Bronzeberg.
When it comes
just say
to
the word. Say, I miss
lose,
you and I want you to chase me. Just say the word. Just say the words, Bronzeberg. Everybody else knows. Okay, Wacky trying to save your ass, but nobody else believes you.
Wacky just understand the BS
you
on. That's the difference.
Nah, Wacky ain't say none of that shit. He's trying to help you. Wacky is a friend of men, and he's trying to help you because you out here looking real alopecia-y. Okay, you looking real baldy,
because I lost
like a bald eagle. So bald eagle out here losing all his feathers out of stress about what Topaz is doing. And so Wacky is trying to help you.
Over you?
Okay?
Nah,
yes,
exactly.
Yes, over me because I'm awesome, Bronzeberg. Okay, stop acting like that.
When you cooking that breakfast?
First of all, I cook breakfast every morning. What you say, King of Lions?
I'll try to let you know, Tips. I put the link in there. Exactly. If you need to see again, I'll put it in there again.
Oh, yeah, no. I screenshot it already.
When you cooking that breakfast, though?
I cook breakfast all the time. So, like, whenever... Now, here's the thing. It's not breakfast time, right?
You're going to say whenever what?
Whenever I wake up is when I'm going to cook it.
Nah, you was about to say something else. I peeped that. It's cool.
What the hell?
Whenever
you wanted me. Okay, so Bronzeberg, what in your mind did you hear me say that I didn't say? Go ahead and tell people what the hallucinations are telling you, okay? Go ahead and tell people what you heard that wasn't said.
Okay, you want to know what I want for breakfast?
No, nigga, nobody asked you. You do know what you want for breakfast.
Wrong, man. I think she's digging you, bro.
I feel it. You know what I'm saying?
See, this way,
I'm down with the how Stella got. I'm down with
it.
Hey, look,
y'all can think some shit that ain't true that nobody said. Y'all just gonna tell each other this shit.
I mean, you look alright, so whatever.
On,
you know what I'm
Just
saying?
Get it on and make it
Whatever.
Oh my
Look,
god!
I told you, Andrew.
Y'all
Hey,
can tell each other.
Oh,
So when
make
y'all
it
gonna
happen,
go,
man.
so y'all gonna go to the support
She
group
gonna try to
room
come over to the
on
stream,
Tuesdays and
try to
Thursdays
be
at
all
7
loud
and
with
tell
the
each other
numbers and all
all
that
of
other
this
stuff.
bullshit that ain't true. But okay, it's
check
fine.
this out.
Topaz,
Check this
man.
out. How
It's
come
cool.
Topaz always putting these very pretty pictures when she's on a panel with Bronzebird? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I
She's
have a
always
picture of myself
She-
being pretty. Okay, so Wacky, just say that I got some pretty pictures.
Wacky,
Okay,
don't
don't
you
act
feel
like that.
sexual tension coming from her, Wacky?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly,
She
exactly,
just sat there
yeah.
and said like financial lubricant and shit. Like who's saying that on a random ass stream like 2 or 3 in the morning? This woman right here.
I mean, Topaz.
So Topaz,
I mean,
yo.
Topaz is pretty. She a nice looking girl, but when she's on the
She
panel with
alright.
Bronzebird, you see some very pretty pictures.
This
man. I'm like,
picture been
whoa.
my avatar since my birthday. Okay, since the middle of November, every panel I've been on has had this picture. I don't understand what y'all doing over
She
here.
thinks she's somebody
She
because she's
tryna-
dressed in all black, them braids,
tryna
and them
impress
black
Bronzebird.
lipstick.
You black and you pretty, you are somebody, okay? I
Yeah, you
am
alright.
somebody,
I just
all
need to
right?
hook up. and
You
get it over
alright.
with. Get it
You
over with.
alright.
Whatever. Y'all extra as hell. Stop acting like
I want
that.
Belgian
41
waffles.
years old, man.
and I
She's-
want
I
some
don't even make
bacon,
no
you know what I'm
damn
saying?
Belgian waffles. I
Make
make
sure
regular ass waffles with fried
I
chicken
don't want
and honey
Eggos.
syrup on
I
top
don't-
of it, and that shit is
Why
bomb
you tell
with
me?
some I'm telling you
Oh,
so that you know what
you
you
virtue
can't have
signaling
because
you
if
wanna
you stop
feed me,
being an
huh?
extra, if
You
you stop
virtue
being a
signaling
bronze
'cause
crow,
you wanna feed
then
me.
maybe I can ship you a
But
plate
why-
because you
but
can't come
listen,
in my house.
peep this,
Okay,
peep this.
so stop being this
But
type of
why'd you
person,
tell me how you cook
Bronzeberg.
those waffles though? Why'd you tell me all
They
that? Because you want
extra
to feed me,
crispy
right?
and delicious. I just want you
Uh-huh.
to know what you can't have because if you stop acting like this, if you stop being an
Yo, this is
ass,
the tease
then maybe
phenomenon.
somebody will make you some crispy waffles one day.
Would you like? Would you like?
I'm
yeah, I
trying to.
know.
No, it ain't gonna be me. It's gonna be somebody other than me.
Would you give me a plate though?
No, I would give. I would not give Bronzeberg a plate. I would give Wacky a
capping.
plate, and he would need to take it to Bronzeberg since he's your savior.
But you still
in
would
this
give me a plate
conversation.
though, even if it's going through Wacky, because you still would
I
give
don't
me a
give a
plate.
fuck. Look, it ain't gonna come from me. Okay, so you need
It
to
will
get your
come
life
from you.
together.
You just want to. You don't want to see. You want to blush. You don't want to give it to me directly because you
No,
you'd be
because I
blushing
can
if you
touch
see
you
me.
because I feel like you got the bird flu.
So
Okay,
he was like,
and I'm trying
nah,
to stay
all
healthy.
these excuses. Don't run
And
from
so
this.
therefore,
Don't run.
I can't send you a
Topaz,
plate,
don't run from
Bronzeberg.
this.
Okay,
Don't run.
so if you
You
get
don't
the
have to
vaccine and
run.
you no
It's
longer
okay.
have bird flu, then maybe I could give
I'm
you a
good.
plate.
I
But
don't
see,
have
you be
bird
doing the
flu.
most.
That
You
was
kind of
cute,
do.
but I
You
don't
look
have
real
bird flu.
bird flu-y
How
right
could you
now. I
tell?
just
Look at this
feel like you
avatar.
do. I don't know.
Look at this avatar. It
I
ain't no
see it,
bird
and it
flu.
look kind of blurry. It looked like, why is it this blurry? Because
not
this
blurry.
is a nigga that got bird flu. So
I
I'm
don't
gonna just
stand
put that
on
out
bird
there.
flus.
I
Look,
mean, they got a
Topaz.
vaccine for that shit. I mean, Brosberg, stop being this
Topaz.
person.
It's
Stop
okay.
acting like
Stop
this.
running
Just
away.
say you like saying my name. Just
Stop-
say you like
stop
saying my
running away.
name.
Stop running
You
away.
like calling my name. You like thinking about it. Just say it. Say the words, Brosberg, and then I'll bring you a plate. I'll bring you a plate.
You was
They
gonna
ain't
give
gonna
me
have
a
shit
plate
on it,
anyway.
but I bring you a plate.
Saying Bronzebird's name
Bronzeberg,
at the same
Bronzeberg,
time.
Bronzeberg.
I've called him a bronze every other type of bird other than bird.
I'm not gonna
Okay?
give you a
But
plate,
he be
Bronzeberg.
saying,
I'm gonna give it to Wacky so he can give it to you. Like, come on, yo.
I don't want to see people out here hungry, okay, Bronzeberg? I don't want to just
How you
let
don't know
you
I
be out
eat
here
good, though?
starving. I have a heart, and so if I got to send it through somebody else,
you know what's ironic about that? Because you care about me. You see that?
ironic.
See how that works?
Spell ironic,
See
Bronzeberg.
how that works?
Spell it.
Why I gotta spell it for?
I think there could be a love connection going on.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So just first of all, just say that I'm smarter than you.
She agreed.
No.
She said
Okay,
exactly.
so
Exactly. I
Bronzeberg,
peeped
tell the
that.
people, Bronzeberg, tell the people how I'm smarter than you and I'm cuter than you, and you want my cooking. Just say that.
Listen,
say the
I don't
word.
compare myself
Say the
to
words,
women.
and I'll bring you a plate.
That's not a good look.
Hold on, Topaz. Did you say Bronzeberg wants your cookies?
He
cooking,
wants
cooking.
my cooking. He wants my cooking.
I don't compare myself to women.
Nobody said you was like, listen, I can be cuter than you. I'm supposed to be cuter than you. Well, why you can't say it
What
though?
that mean? I'm not gonna compare myself to you. I'm a man. I don't do that.
Okay,
I know
but
I know I
who's
look good.
You alright. You maybe might
How would
possibly
you
look
know?
human. I don't.
So if I cammed up, how would you feel?
I would feel like, listen, I got this nigga to cam up. Because if you recall, weren't you supposed to cam up a long ass time ago?
Never said that.
Yeah, you did on Red Panel. You said you was gonna come up.
Hashtag never came up. You know that.
I mean, well, I don't care because I'm not cash apping you. So like that is for your audience to decide.
Listen, Topaz.
So
it's
hold
right.
on. So let's see this. I believe Topaz got the house for Bronzeberg. Andrew believed that. Gold Professor believes that. Fasting is life.
The whole chat believed that.
But y'all over here believing all kinds of shit. You know, before
but you know what's a test of time?
Wait a minute, before Wacky read the scriptures, y'all believed that birthdays was evil. It ain't shit to get y'all to believe anything. So that ain't really solving nothing.
No, it's just that tension you got for Bronze.
Yeah, nobody know. Okay, but did Bronzeberg tell y'all he started it though? Did he tell y'all that?
I started it.
You started because I was over there on my friend Red channel, and you came over there just talking and shit and existing and breathing and shit. You know, like so you started it.
Wait a minute. So that proves you was paying attention to me.
No, it proves I was at where I was at, and then you showed up talking shit.
The whole nun mode likes me, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that, you have mentioned nun mode so many times in the stream,
Sexy
and
red.
Melody.
Then it was,
see, there you go.
Then it was Khadijah. Then it's you.
There you go.
I got the Midas touch. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Okay, but does the Midas touch have the right key? Does it have the right tone that you're supposed to sing this in?
Because she's critiquing me on how
I
sing.
critique everything.
Crazy.
I critique everything. That ain't got shit to do with you. I critique everything.
This is craziness.
Boy, this is going good. Boy.
I know. Look, listen, you got about like maybe 5 hours for that waffles to be cooked with the bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
Like my eggs scrambled. You understand?
Yo, thank you, Smooth.
I don't.
Thank you, Smooth. Smooth in the chat. Thank you, Smooth.
Thank you.
Game too.
Wait a minute, hold on. What Smooth say? Because Smooth be talking shit. Like what?
Smooth, my guy.
Really? So wait a minute. So I can't just be me. I can't just be over here talking shit. I got to like somebody. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all extra as hell, and I don't understand why y'all are like this.
You definitely like
watch
Bronze.
this. Yeah, exactly. Watch this replay. You peep how many times she mentions Bronzeberg in that conversation, man.
That's true.
Because you annoying. Like Bronzeberg gets on everybody's nerves. It ain't just me. It ain't just me.
Who else nerves I get on, Topaz?
You get on Red nerves. You get on Khadijah nerves. You get on everybody's nerves.
That's because none more like me.
No, it's because we're trying to convert you because like we feel like we'll get extra points at the pearly gates if we convert your ass to being appropriate. If we can get your backsliding ass to do right, I think God will just shine down on us a little brighter than everybody else.
I'm gonna tell you this: if it makes you feel better, yes, I'll be over at For the Record TV later today watching y'all shit. You know what I'm saying?
You see how nobody invited you? Didn't nobody ask you to be at For the Record TV? What we said was. No, nobody asked that. You saying that yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna come through.
I got.
You know what? Don't worry about it, Bronzeberg, because I feel like you're not focused. You're not focused on saving your soul. So I'm gonna go ahead and block you from that channel. So that way, like when you come over there, you're gonna go back to reading your Bible and sitting down until the Lord says, "Yes, you have been cleansed." Okay, I feel like you focusing on the wrong shit. That's what I think.
How Stella got Topaz want to get her groove back.
You need a Hebrew Bible. You need the Dead Scroll. You need the Book of Enoch.
That's all it is, man.
He need a whole lot of shit, King of Lions. Okay, so can you be his mentor? Because you're now responsible for Bronzeberg. I'm assigning Bronzeberg to you, King of Lions. He is now your responsibility.
I should name a stream called "How Topaz Got Her Groove Back."
I mean, because the Lord said the same. I mean, that's not a whole stream worthy. That's one sentence. I answered that just now. So you ain't even got to do that.
You know
just say you want to. Just say, look, Bronzeberg. Just say you want to put my name on your channel. Just say that. It's cool. It's all right.
I don't do that. I don't.
Look, Wacky ain't gonna make fun of you. They're not gonna make fun of you. Okay, they're gonna be like, yeah.
Wacky wouldn't even care.
Wacky cares. Wacky has all up in this argument.
Why are you trying to use all these other men? Because you're trying to listen. You know what I notice right now?
Not the right shit. I know you're not noticing what you're supposed to notice.
Let me tell you how this works. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What you say?
Why y'all talking about?
I heard you not noticing what you're supposed to be noticing.
I hate y'all. I really do. Y'all get on my fucking nerves.
You see what I mean?
No, that don't mean shit. There's no nothing behind that. Y'all extra hell.
It's okay.
Whatever.
Listen, let me
I know
explain
you're not
to
noticing
you.
what you're supposed to be noticing.
Listen, y'all are helping
When I put that
Bronzeberg.
new
That's the
avatar
only
up, you better
reason
pay
why
attention,
he's still
Bronzeberg.
alive right now.
Hold on. I want to school somebody down the comments. Say you're doing a Freemason handshake. You're worshiping Satan. You don't even realize it, do you? You don't even realize what you're doing, do you?
Who?
The person in the comments says, "I saw you. I saw what you did."
So somebody in the comments worshiping Satan?
Bro, it's a
Yep, they
Somebody in the comment
Oh,
section
yeah.
say Topaz needs to be in a straight jacket.
You know what?
Thank you, Gold
Oh
Professor.
shit, they said I thought Topaz
No,
divestment.
wait a minute. If that's Gold Professor, I want him to come up here so I can slide him this F minus.
Thank you, Gold Professor. Gold Professor.
No, Gold Professor gets an F minus. He stay around here trying to grade
Thank
people,
you,
and
Gold-
I'm giving
Gold
Gold
Professor. You
Professor
see
an
that?
F minus.
Come on.
No,
Smooth,
Gold
you're not-
Professor don't
yo,
get no
Smooth, you're not dragging
decision.
me into this bullshit.
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain that V side. What they do is that you worshiping Satan. The B side is peace. So no, it means something else. So no,
bro,
you're worshiping Freemasonry. You're doing like with Freemasons do.
Those are just gifts,
Those
bro.
people like the
we-
elites and the sub-elites. That's what y'all doing.
Those are
Oh
just
yeah,
gifts,
oh yeah.
bro.
You're very. You don't even know that. I know more than you know.
It's
You have no
separation. It was separation by other societies. I remember that. That's cool. But what I'm saying is, what I noticed on this whole entire panel tonight, guys, and I need everybody in the chat to listen to me while I say this, because I know Topaz is going to interrupt soon.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So the thing about it is that what you notice right now is Topaz has to bring a wacky world of OTV, Kings of Lion, and Andrew show because she doesn't want to talk directly to me. You know what I'm saying? I peep the cat. Because every time she keep talking to me, I can see how she's laughing. You know, she got her giggling. You know what I'm saying? Had the little liquor in her system.
Because you don't even want to
saying?
talk to you, Brunsberg. And not only do I not want to talk to you, Andrew, Wacky World, and King of Lions, Melody don't even want to talk to you. She got off her own
she
panel,
does.
so she don't have to talk to you.
Stop
Nobody wants. You
stop
don't even want to
making
talk to you,
excuses.
Wacky.
Look,
I mean,
Topaz,
Brunsberg.
when you want me to take you out?
I got it.
I don't. I'm busy. I be having shit to do. I don't got time for this.
You don't got time?
No, I don't got time for this.
Yeah,
I have zero time. I don't got it.
When you free?
No, I'm not. I'm never free. I'm in bondage. Somebody down there, I'm in a straight jacket, so I ain't free. All right.
So why you gotta use all those excuses from the chat?
Because y'all brought it up. I didn't even see that.
But I'm directly asking you a question.
Oh, so you what you're saying is, Brosberg, you want to take me out? That's what you're saying.
Oh
I'm
shit!
just saying. So when you want me to take you out? When you free?
Y'all gonna ooh this nigga like the way y'all sound to me?
Nah.
He's
Don't worry
the one
about
that
them.
actually said,
Hey. Well, don't worry about them. Focus on me right now. When you want me to take you out?
Okay, so probably December 33rd. You free?
I just people you making all these excuses because you had to go through them and start talking
at 13 o'clock. Okay. That's what I want. December 33rd at 13 o'clock.
Is technically 1 p.m. So.
No, but okay, but find that shit on December 33rd, and then we'll go out.
Topaz, look, just don't cap, all right? Just all right. It's okay.
I got a bunch of caps, and they cute, and they different colors, and they go with my outfits.
Keep capping.
Oh, I got something to say, Brown, for a second. I think y'all know where it's Did you hear about what happened to the Biomorphic Green Ranger? The actor?
Yo, no, he died, right? He killed himself because his wife was being weird.
Yep. That's correct. Yeah.
So that's a reason to kill yourself?
I mean, for him it was. I mean, he decided.
It's a lot deeper than that. He's been depressed ever since his brother passed away.
Right.
It's a lot deeper than that.
Right, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yep.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I met him years ago. So exactly at an anime convention. Yeah, the actor of the Morphin Green Ring. I met him years ago.
How did he seem when you met him?
Nice and friendly. I still got his autograph still, the paper still. I still have it.
Well, that could just be a playoff because people got to act nice.
Wait. And then also, do y'all understand that a person that is thinking about suicide isn't every single day, every second, they're not always sad. They do have moments of happiness.
That's what I would think too, but
yes, I can say his name. His name was Jason David Frank, but he was the actor of Tommy in Power Rangers. Yes, he was more popular than the rest of them from the cast.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because he'd been on spinouts and all that stuff. Yes, but he was with. I met Jason David Frank. He was a nice person, exactly.
Well, meanwhile, I'm about to go. I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I'm gonna wake up and cook a big ass breakfast of which Bronsberg can have 0.
That's another way of saying you want to cook me breakfast. It's okay.
No, that's not. That's not the. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, listen to what people be saying to you, okay? Anyway, it was nice meeting you, Andrew. I know you didn't get a chance to talk, and I am so sorry about that. I'll be in the clouds, and I'll hear what you have to say after this. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump down. Okay, so this was fun, Melanie. Thanks for letting me up. And it was nice talking to Wacky and King of Lions. It was terrible talking to Bronsberg, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
It was nice talking to you too.
Take it easy.
It was nice talking to you, flirting with me, man.
I did educate some people, exactly. I mean, I was quiet about certain things.
Everybody, look, listen. Everybody here tonight, this morning, all this. Everybody called the cap, C-A-P, cap. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
No, it's not a pause. It's a cap.
You're a cap. You cap.
Well, she was smiling and she was giggling.
I'm joking.
Every time she mentioned your name, she was smiling and giggling. Come on, man. You ready to go?
I'm joking.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'll be honest, exactly. I've been working a lot of jobs lately. Last month, I've been working a lot of jobs. I worked at a warehouse one time. Yeah, I work at a pizza restaurant. Yeah, I've been working at a lot of different jobs. Yep.
Real quickly, yo, Andrew, what you thought about tonight with the whole entire passport bro situation? What do you? So I know you rep. I've been wanting to ask you. I've been trying to ask passport brothers around for a while, man. Like, when y'all talk about passport bros, is it primarily talking about relationships with women, or do y'all also scape into talking about like business and doing shit overseas?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a varieties of other things. I mean, some passport bros talk about business, and listen, the groups and the people I'm a part of, man, it's not just about women, man. I mean, these are guys who are trying to economically become empowered. They're trying to invest in the property in these countries. They're trying to do other things. So it's beyond that, but it's just what the stigma is revolving around women. That's the hottest topic.
Yeah.
So because of that, you got that, and you got dating coaches, and you got everybody else that's against men who have passports that travel. So it's I don't know. I guess it's a taboo thing now.
Yeah.
Hold on. I like the person in the comments. He said Esau's like, hey, dude, I'm an Israelite, Zach. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. So I know exactly what you're coming from on that. Shoots.
So, because I'm just trying to understand, right? Because, you know, I know the perception for y'all is like different and all that other shit. So I just try to get a perspective, because I was telling dudes, I'm like, it doesn't have to necessarily be about the women. You got to go for the experience, and you got to go for, like, you know, trying out different areas. You know what I'm saying? I just told dudes, when it comes to that passport bro shit, don't focus on the Western women at all, because you'll find them coming back to the conversations about, like, you know, American women being 304s, or, you know what I'm saying, just doing all this other shit. So that's why I try to be like, yo, just don't focus on them. Focus on, you know, exactly what the mission is and what the goal is.
Well,
I mean, not all American women bad. Yes, you got a lot of them. Also, there's a lot of American men out there that's bad. Not all of them bad, but yes, yeah, like I said, it's an even playing field.
I just think that sometimes men, they travel for varieties of other reasons too. Laws, they hated Western laws. They don't like the American laws, the system that's going on here. There's a lot of people who are MGTOW have become passport bros, and they decide to say, hey, I'm going to travel overseas and give it a shot and see what else is there, because some people look for girlfriends, some people look for real estate. I mean, everybody's looking for everything different. You know what I mean?
Well, when you mentioned about the laws, guess what? The government say who create the laws, they don't even follow their own laws. Like I said, the whole thing gets rigged. It's all set up.
Yeah, I mean, there is some foul play and corruption that goes on overseas, but that could be said for America too.
It's corrupt everywhere you go.
Yeah, it's corruption everywhere you go, but it's just me, when I think I actually plan on moving overseas. The reason for that is because economically, I just feel like and it's a pattern too. Even in my generation, every 5 to 10 years, inflation is always going to be here. It's always going to go up. The cost of living is always continuously going to go up.
Like, right? You can blame you blame elites for that, because they're all working together. Sorry to burst the bubble. That
could be part of that too, and also
I mean they are saving the New World Order and all that stuff. Yeah, well, they are working together. People don't know it.
Yeah, but I mean that's all politics and stuff. But I mean,
it's not bomb politics. It's a lot deeper than people realize. People don't pay attention.
If you think of it that way, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to hold you against that, but I'm just saying, like, how I think of it is that as an individual, I just think of it like I want to live a good life. I don't want to be a slave to an American system and work 9 to 5.
We're still slaves.
Hold on, let Andrew finish. Hold on, Ken. Let Andrew finish.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I just don't want to be a slave to the American system and work a 9 to 5. I just want my money to grow. There's also, I'm going to be putting on my panel too if you guys want to subscribe. But I also have a fellow passport member named BMT. He also gives out information on sustaining American jobs overseas, as in doing computer work overseas, where you can generate the American dollar and also live above inflation. Because that inflation over there compared to your American dollar doesn't exist. Okay? You can live like a king overseas. All right? The American dollar is always going to be strong in different countries. So my whole perspective is this. I'm trying to get ahead by not having a system retire me at the age of 64, 65 years old.
Yep.
Instead, I could retire on my own terms. I mean, that's freedom.
And what's
by the time
ironic
we get
about
old,
that?
the retirement age is going to be 70 by the time
I was
we get
just
old.
about to say that. It's
pushing
increasing
that up,
the age because, more people are still working into their 80s and 90s if they lucky to get up to that age. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get it.
I mean, I've seen veterans, people who retired veterans who live in these foreign countries, and they've been doing great. They love it. You know what I mean? The cost, they love it because it's like they're not rich and they're not poor, but they have money. Whenever they spend their goods or whatever they need to spend on, they always have a whole lot of money left over for themselves. So cost of living, they have everything like they have over here. TVs, houses, cable, McDonald's, Burger King. They got everything over there like they have over here. Everything over here they have over there. I can personally say this, that the food tastes a hell of a lot different. It's really healthy too. So, I mean, like I said, it's not for everybody. And I see why it's not for everybody. And I'm not saying that. I'm going to be real with you. Like, how I think of it is this. If you find somebody over here, let's just say you find somebody in America and that person's designed for you, hell, be with that person. I've seen people who get married to American people and they move overseas because they want a better living. Like, so it's not always to do with women sometimes. Some people just want a better life.
Yo, you dropped a jewel on that. And that's why I try to tell, to men, because, I've had I had conversation with certain passport bros. I just say, yo, we have to think bigger, of course, and stuff like that, because you know how it is with American politics. And I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. You get that. You might be a bachelor, but, always think bigger than what it just is. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's flesh. When you think about women, that's just flesh. That's something you can have, whatever. But you want to think in a financial mindset, you have the opportunity to go out there and get that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's building your wealth up.
Well, for instance, look at Ludacris. Ludacris got his passport and he's a citizen of Zimbabwe. And nobody talks about that.
Yeah, that's true.
But everybody's so focused on people like myself or Austin Holloman or whoever as a passport bro. But what about Ludacris? Is he considered as a passport bro?
When you talking about Ludacris, you talking about the sellout from Hollywood. All those sellouts.
Yeah, we just focusing on him just getting the passport. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hear you.
I mean, he got a dual citizenship, and he moved over to Zimbabwe. So what does that tell you? Yeah. If you got celebrities now that are jumping shift, something's crazy going on. What's really going on?
They're going against this. I mean, they're down with the system, but they're going against the system. I think it's like between both half and half.
Yeah. Well, it has to do with the system. And people fail to understand that. Yeah, some of it has to do with dating and stuff like. It's an all-around culture experience, man. It's not just about women. It's about life. It's about being free. There's people go to Africa all the time. That's foreign. They have a better life out there. You know, it's funny to me how, you know, racist people would say, go back to Africa. I said, okay, buy my plane ticket and I'm gone.
Right.
I don't get mad. I'll be glad to go to Africa. Shit, Africa is one of the richest continents in the world. Shit.
Well, by Israel, like, because that's the richer we're from, but like we're from around the world. But
Israel is a country.
Where the other came over here.
Well, there's a lot of gold mines in Africa.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And the elites actually have our gold and stuff that they stole from our ancestors years ago. They have our gold. It's not even theirs. That's ours.
Yeah, but okay, King Elijah, I think you're speaking upon a different topic. That's a different topic,
it's different,
you know.
man.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, but man, but that's my thing when it comes to this whole passport thing. I think that as far as in YouTube is concerned, whenever a lot of so-called black people speak about traveling, a lot of it is focused on the females, and less focused on other aspects of traveling. You know, my thing is that, of course, if you're a young single man and you travel, yeah, the females are going to be there. You know, the women are going to be there. Understandable. But people should actually acknowledge and understand the entire experience of traveling.
Yep.
You know, same thing with being exposed to other environments, being exposed to other cultures, being exposed to different foods, which part of being exposed to other cultures, and just seeing certain historical monuments, certain sites that most people only read through a book. You know, that, to me, that's very exciting to me. You know, so people should, I think on YouTube, a lot of people should put more emphasis on the full experience of traveling overseas.
Well, there are. You're just not aware of them. There's people like Tobias the Traveler. There's people like Kings of Dreams.
I know there are.
There's a lot of these that I'm connected to that talk about the experience of traveling.
I know there are some.
But what it is that
understandable. But there's a whole lot. I'm talking about as far as the majority are putting a whole lot of emphasis on females. And, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
Well, as far as females goes, that's what majority people focus on and looking for those people who talk about those things. It's a varieties of a lot of people who travel overseas talk about everything. Now, me, honestly, if men want to go overseas and they want to just mess around with women, then so be it. Let them do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most of those guys are not even trying to live over there or move anyways. So they're just there for an experience. It's just like somebody's coming down to Florida, and what's the first thing they think about Florida when they visit here? Disney World, right? Because it's a main attraction. That's the same thing.
Oh, boy.
It's a main attraction. So if that's what they want to do, that's what people want to do, that's what they do. They go there, they have fun, and they go out. But I guarantee you, people who live in the state of Florida and they actually work in the state of Florida, they're not worried about Disney World. They're worried about working and paying their bills. They don't give a damn about Disney World. Who cares about Disney World? The only people who care about Disney World are tourists. And that's the same thing goes for play when these men visit these countries. They're there for a tourist attraction. So be it.
I'm gonna say this, and then I hear where you're coming from, and I think, you know, me and Wacky's on the same page as terms as like, it's not, because I'm pretty sure brothers like you is given a different perspective. It just gets overshadowed and oversaturated with the nonsense. And what I was saying is that what you find with a couple of dudes that I've seen, a lot of, certain older brothers, is that they're sitting up there saying passport bros to negate the problems that they faced with people in their family, previous relationships, and then sitting up there saying passport bros as in a way of escapism, man.
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? I was a passport brother way before passport bros existed. I've been traveling for a while, and people who subscribe to my channel or who follow me on YouTube knew that I've been doing way before even Austin Holloman wasn't even in diapers. I don't even think he existed because no disrespect to him, but he's a real young cat compared to me. I've been talking about this before he even existed. So it's glad to see a brother like him that's actually out there that went viral and speaking upon those things, because I understand the issues that goes on in the dating scene, because I talk about a lot of relationships, right? I talk about relationships between men and women. I understand where men are coming from. I understand this feminist society that we live in this Western culture. There are a lot of good men out here that are desperately trying to seek some form of truth and femininity and honesty from women. Like, even in here today, I can't trust women. I have trust issues. I'll be honest with you. I do. I have trust issues with dudes too. I have trust issues, period. All right. I don't trust a lot of people. All right. I've been told this and I told that all the time, blah, 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 blah. I'm all about showing me. You show me through actions and I'm going to take your word for it. When I go overseas, I see more action. When I think about sex, I don't think about sex when I'm over there because I know it's going to happen. When I'm over here, I think about sex because this is what the mainstream media pumps up in America. Everything's sexualized. You can see it. Go on Instagram. Go on Facebook. What's the what's the main attraction about sex? It's women. All right? It's not a man. It's women. The first thing you go on Facebook or Instagram, you log on, you see a girl with fake tits in the ass. You see sex. It's everywhere. You can't run away from it. Women know that we want sex, so they use their sexuality to gain us. But now it's like they don't have to give us sex. They could just use their sexuality in a marketplace to gain capital and what they need. Fair enough. I'm not against it. Hey, they do what they do. But where's the fairness for men? Where do we lie? How do we get money? How do we get women? Everything is all status here. When you're overseas, you don't need status. There's no such thing as status. There's a different type of class, like everywhere else, but getting a woman is just part of nature. It comes with it. Just like sex. It's nothing you have to think about. Over here in America, you got to work on it. You got to learn game. I'm so against dating coaches, but I understand when they talk about game because game is invented in this country. Why do we need to learn game to understand a woman? Why do we need to learn instruction manual books to understand another human being when it should just be natural? When you go overseas, it's natural. You're dealing with natural feminine essence of women. Over here, you're dealing with all types of women that you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. Some men are even afraid to even say the things that they want to say to women because they don't know if they're going to get in jail or if they're going to lose their job, etc. Even in today's corporate world and jobs today, men are afraid to talk to women. You can't even look at a woman. I had to go to school for a job that I was going for to understand sexual education in different levels. I had to learn you can't stare at a woman too long. You got to counterclockwise your eyes and you can't stare too deep. Like, this is crazy. It's craziness. Like, you can look at a woman right now and she can easily say, I feel sexually harassed. And that's it. You're done. This world's fucked up, bro. This is why men are so afraid to interact with women because of laws.
That's all right. That's true.
See, but I have a different take when it comes to males in society getting sex and what have you, because sex is so goddamn easy to get. See, the real problem between males and females is really the way. Okay, it's really the way a lot of males in society are treated by females, being that a lot of females in society are programmed to believe that the male gender is their enemy, right? So it's really the mistreatment that's the issue when it comes to a lot of males and their issues with females is the difficulty of males finding a decent female that's actually going to treat them right. That's really the difficult part. So, I don't blame males for going overseas to try to look for that. I don't have an issue with that. One thing, like I said before, what I have an issue with is the fact that when people on this side of YouTube mention travel and stuff like that, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on the females. Now, am I saying that there are content creators who don't put emphasis on the other aspects of travel? No, but anyhow, yeah.
But brother, let me say something to you. Women have been traveling way before men have. Stella got her groove back before men decided to get their passports and travel. How many times women have been traveling to Jamaica, but yet still passport bros or brothers with passports get constantly criticized for play, playing with tricks, buying pussy. But women have been buying dick for years before men even decide to travel. Nobody talks about that.
Hold on. As far as when you say women have been traveling before men, are you talking about women as a whole, or are you talking about black women and black men? What are you talking? Put it in perspective.
Just women as a whole. You got white women, you got black women.
No, I'm speaking that
to Jamaica. Jamaica is one of the favorite spots that they go to.
Hold on, Andrew. Once again, you made a statement. You said women have been traveling before men. So what I'm trying to tell you, be more specific, because when it comes to traveling,
like that's a
male
women,
thing. When
males
have historically been
overseas, it's a mixture of both.
Okay,
and I've seen it personally. So women have been doing this. Women have been the ones that have been traveling for the longest time before we even decided to. White men have been traveling too.
I know that. But what's your point? I know that.
Well, my point is that if you really want to blame men for going overseas, the ones that do, you got to start off with the women, because they're the ones that have been tricking for the longest time.
But
the thing about it is with the women, though, they keep things on the hush hush. They don't say nothing about it.
But this is the thing, though. I don't know if you understand my point, because, like I said, I don't even care if males go overseas for females. What I'm saying is that on here, we have to. A lot of times, males put more emphasis on meeting females overseas, and they put more emphasis on that specific side of traveling, and put less emphasis on the other areas of traveling. Outside of that, I don't care what males do when they travel. But if we're going to speak about it, let's be balanced and speak about all the aspects of traveling.
Do you have a problem with men that just travel for those aspects of traveling for women?
No, I just said what I said. I have a problem with that side of traveling, with a lot of people just putting a lot of emphasis on that side of traveling. That's what I'm saying. I have a problem with that side of traveling getting the most attention instead of us speaking about the full experience of traveling. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, like I said, everybody has their different experiences. You got to be more specific yourself and who you're speaking on, who speak about these topics. There's so many videos and so many podcasts of people who talk about different things and their personal experiences on traveling. So who are we the ones to tell them what they should be talking about, or what emphasis or what they should be talking about regarding to traveling? I mean, it's up to you as the subscriber to not stay in tune to people who are speaking upon those specific topics that you may not necessarily agree on.
Okay, but the thing is that, hold on, see, this is the thing, though. See, I'm just pointing out what is actually available, what I'm seeing. So if you see something, you observe something, you just point it out. What's the issue?
Right. What's the issue?
Yeah.
I don't have any issue. Okay. I think you may have an issue with it, though. I mean, do you? I'm just trying to figure this out.
I just told you my only issue is that part of traveling is being emphasized more than all the other parts of traveling. That's all.
I don't. Well, I disagree because I don't see that.
You don't see that?
No.
Okay, well, I see it. You don't see it, I see it.
Because, well, the thing about it is I'm more culturally open when it comes down to traveling, because I see all different aspects of people who travel. If that's what you just see, then that's what you see. But me being a person who's a traveler, and an experienced traveler, I may add, I see different people who speak on different topics and different experiences regarding to what they're traveling on, not just for the play or tricking experience that most people would talk about as it being heavily flushed into the culture. So I see different aspects of traveling. Now, me personally, I don't have Nothing against people who monger or people who play for play. Now, I stick up for those men to do that because they have a right to do so. We don't have a right to be policing other men's dicks on what they want to do. Not saying
who's doing that though?
Hey, I just said not saying you. But what I'm saying is there are men that do that. It's kind of weird to me that there are men that focus too much on what other men are doing with women overseas.
Okay, but I don't think anyone over here is talking about is.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm like I said.
Well, what's the point of bringing it up, though? That's what I'm just saying.
Well, this is where you're going to get open-minded about it. There are people who complain about things like that, and this is just me throwing it out. This is the stuff that I see in the sector of YouTube. So everybody tunes into certain things that are different. So what you can turn into that I may not know about, I can learn about. And the stuff that I tune into that you don't know about, you can learn about.
So if we put Passport Bros in the search engine on YouTube, are we saying that we're gonna find a very balance? We're gonna find a balance between people speaking about going overseas and mongering, and at the same time, we're going to see just as much information as people speaking about different cultures being exposed.
You're gonna see a varieties of things. Just put in hashtag Passport Bros. You're gonna see people exposing allegedly Passport Bros. You're gonna see women that are against Passport Bros. You're gonna see women that are for Passport Bros. You're gonna see varieties of a lot of things.
But as far as that, but as far as the actual Passport Bros, what are we going to see? Are we going to see a balance of people of the Passport Bros speaking about all areas of traveling, or are we going to see the bros talking more about the females than all the other areas of traveling?
You're going to get a different perspective of everything. Bro, I'm part of a group. I'm part of the Passport Bros. So I know this personally. You're going to see different areas. Everybody talks about different things. Are there a lot of men that talk about women? Of course. What's the problem?
But it just seems as if what it's like saturated with, you know what I'm saying? Because then it just makes it seem like y'all, that's y'all primary focus. And I understand, you know, being open-minded, giving a different perspective, but it just seems like on that ends, it's like that's the main thing at the end of the day, and
that's the thing. That's what I'm
trying to get at.
Well, if that's the case, you're talking about relationships, like I do. I talk about men trying to find feminine energy, great feminine energy, feminine energy that's pure. I talk about traveling overseas and finding women and dating foreign women. I mean, it could be said. I mean, there's other YouTubers have different things that they talk about. Some talk about play for play and spots that they go to. I don't suggest it because, there was plenty of people who've done that and they've got their channels revoked for doing so because that's a form of felicitating and promoting prostitution. I don't suggest it, but hey, to each his own. I'm not here to police anybody or tell anybody, they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that. It's just like prostitution. Some people don't agree with it and some people do agree with it. Me personally, I agree with it. Prostitution is the oldest profession. It's the oldest profession in America. So why not? I mean, if you have it legalized in Nevada, but then it's not legalized everywhere else, what does that say about us? Why is it not legalized everywhere else, but it's only legalized in Nevada? But then it's such a taboo thing, just like marijuana. Oh my God. One time marijuana, people used to get locked up and serve so many years in prison for smoking a joint. Now you can see everybody on the street smoking a joint like it's nothing. And that's exactly what's going to happen with prostitution in the next probably 10 to 15 years from now. I don't know. But it's going to happen.
In America, it's actually getting more decriminalized. So you're not going to see that in America.
There you go. There you go.
But to me, I don't think that's going to solve males' problem if you legalize prostitution. I think that males in America are going through a lot more problems systematically.
Oh yeah.
Than it comes to a piece of already used pussy and shit like that, man.
Yeah, but listen, the reason why I say that I think they should legalize it is because it makes it a whole lot easier to know what you're getting yourself involved with. Once you know if you know the girl's a prostitute, obviously if you're looking for a female that's going to be a virtue and you're not looking for that type of female, you know not to run into that. It kind of evens it out to where you know where to duck and dive, where to go at. Because I'll tell you why. It's going to be more suitable and more comfortable for women to come out and say, you know what? Yeah, I prostitute. I sell pussy. That's how I pay my bills. I make my money. At one time, you know, like sex, for instance, right? Women were very conservative. They didn't want to talk about the type of men that they sleep with or how many men they slept with or, you know, and all that other stuff. Now, you got women just talking about, oh, yeah, I take it in the ass, I squirt, I suck dick, I do this, I do that. It's become an open thing now to where it's liberated. It's comfortable for women. It's acceptable. So I say, why the fuck not? You know, because that way I know how to move more in the States. Okay, all the bad girls are over here because they feel comfortable now. They can make their money. I know not to deal with them because that's not what I'm looking for. Now, I'm not saying like men should be looking for prostitutes and possibly marry one, you know, and take one out the game, you know, and start a family. But, you know, women also need to understand too their consequences and repercussions too. If they go down that road, they should also know that finding a relationship is going to be very difficult for them.
Well, I'm going to say this on the men's side. I get what you're saying with prostitution, but also, you know, brothers don't want to feel like they're being gambled out with the woman that they want to be with. So we also have to expose the idea that, you know, you got women with the intentions like they're looking to chase the bag off of a man or, you know, ready to decriminalize him when he's trying to do the right thing. I think it's much more than, you know, saying the prostitution type of sector thing and stuff like that, which I understand what you're saying. But, you know, my only point of contention when it was that conversation in general was just that escapism shit. You know what I'm saying? That it has to be more to life than you telling us like, oh, you know, I'm going to come back and start thrashing on the women because y'all ain't shit. So when I move out here, you see how she does this, you see how she does that. And it's sad because I seen an older cat on YouTube that made a video where he expressed that his own mother got mad at him for reading one of the Shahrazad Ali books. He and then about how he's been tortured and feeling all conquered because of what happened in, you know, between the relationship between him and his mother. And then after that, the dude had a gun on the video recorded and was sitting up there talking about all passport bros and none of you people can tell me shit, which tells me there's a deeper problem to how these men is operating. And they're using the passport movement to say, I'm tired of this shit when they need to be working on themselves as well.
Now, let me ask you something. How many individuals of the passport group is doing that?
I don't know. I don't know, but it does seem like when it comes to certain conversations I hear, there is this type of escapism type of reality that they keep bringing to the table.
So let me get this straight. One guy says, I'm mad at the world. I'm mad at everybody. So I'm escaping this world and F everybody and is on some crazy shit and screams out passport bros.
That's what he said on the record. I can remember he was like,
so if a guy says that,
he was related that to saying that his mom acts just like the American B-dub women. And it's a trickle reminder because that's what it's like for him in America. And then he's like passport bros and all this other stuff.
But if he says that, he could say Me Too movement. Does that mean he's part of Me Too movement? Does that mean that all Me Too movements are going to act the same way that he does? He could say white power.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that all racist other white power people believe in what he's doing?
No, but I get what you're getting at. But what I'm saying is a lot of the escapism mentality is something I see from passport bros. But when they use it,
most passport bros, brother, are not doing that. I'm telling you this right now. Most
let me
passport
add
bros
on.
are not even thinking about bashing
Right.
American
But
women.
we're
They're
getting,
not
Let,
thinking about hurting anybody. They're thinking about once they get back
brother.
over here, getting the next trip back to where they were.
No,
let
but
me
this
add
so
on
that.
to what. Hold on.
Okay,
Can
my
I
fault.
add on to what Bronsberg stated, right? Because there was also another video, and this was a YouTube short in which there was this guy who professed to be a passport bro, and he played this. He screen shared this video of this girl, right? And he used that as an example of why black men in America need to get their passport. And in the video that he screen shared, it was this girl who just found out that this American black female, right? Who supposedly just found out that there's some guys out there who pretend to be, her friend just because they want to get in her panties. And she just found this out, supposedly, according to her. And then he turned around and used that. I'm talking about the owner of the channel. He used that video to say, guys, get your passports. And when I saw the video, I'm just wondering, what does that have to do with guys getting their passport? Well, just because some female supposedly just found out that some guys pretend to be her friend just to try to get in her panties, so that's the reason for guys to get their passports. I mean, what's the correlation here? It's so to piggyback off what Bronsberg says, like a lot of people are utilizing this passport movement to try to further fight a so-called gender war.
A lot of people
with
are
black
not doing
females.
that.
That's what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of people are not doing that. I can personally tell you that.
Brother,
I'm part of the group, brother.
No, I get
I don't know what information. Maybe that's just YouTube shit. But the group that I'm with, the official brothers that I know, that I travel with, the official group with BMT and Austin Holloman and all those players, nobody's thinking about stuff like that, bro.
Brother, but that's the immediate circle
You can
that
have people that can say, yeah, passport bros.
Listen.
Yeah, they can say, yeah, I'm gonna kill this girl. Passport bros. So does that mean that all passport bros are representing this guy, or
we
know?
But if you see a pattern, if you see a pattern of that same behavior,
that's what
then it's making passport bros look
I'm
bad.
telling you this, that pattern and that same behavior doesn't happen in those groups.
Okay, that's where you're seeing it from. We're actually watching this shit and seeing the thing go round and round in circle. You know what I'm saying? This is where we getting the idea, but this is where we getting the idea where the passport bros is coming from. Maybe you haven't seen it, but what we're trying to tell you is,
I am officially stamped, and I know people that's official people that are passport bros.
I get you, bro.
And nobody's talking about that stuff.
And
bro.
no
That's around you. Okay, but that's the people around you. You said, as you told us earlier, to be open minded. So we're trying to tell you our perspective of the things that we're seeing. So what I'm saying is, listen. The thing about it is that me and Wacky see this shit, right? And so we're saying if that's not your message, that's not how you and the camp you're around is rolling, got you, that's cool. But the problem is that people here online, because this is an internet-based group, let's be real, it's becoming saturated with a lot of the folks, especially brothers, that's sitting up there saying, oh, because this dumb broad did this dumb situation, passport bros. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing about it is, what you finding out is there'll be panels where it has to deal with why so-called black women is acting the way they act, and they need to clean up house and all this other stuff, and it'll be led sometimes by so-called black women that's leading these panels, right? And the thing about it is, these dudes come back and they say, you see, the reason why they act like this is because of da-da-da-da, doing the thrashing and all the campaign, like, yeah, you can't deal with these American women, blah, 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 passport bros. You see what I mean? So it's a pattern that's trickling down, and maybe that's not fair to you.
I don't think that has anything to do with passport bros. I think
but that's being put on your camp.
I think that has to do with American society. I think it has to do with Western culture. It has nothing to do with passport bros.
Listen, but that's coming along on your camp.
So what? So if somebody says that in the camp, okay, that's that individual's thought process.
That's not an individual. It seems to be the pattern. That's why y'all getting attacked so hard.
What pattern?
Man. We just told you.
I talk about bad American women. I talk about westernized culture of women. What does that have to do with anything? Man. I mean, everybody has their own experience of what they feel about with American women. But okay, so what? If they don't like American women, they don't like black women, they don't like Asian women, or they have problems with this type of women, they have problems with that type of women. I mean, I don't see what's the big issue. What is it? Okay, what is it that would you want? What would you want to happen? You want them to stop talking about their experience on dealing with American women, or what they're dealing with, and having this being passed on? Because one individual doesn't need to pass on how American women have been treating men in this country. They've already been experienced it themselves. So, I mean, it's not really going to do much. But, I mean, as far as bashing women or calling women names, I'm not for that. I'm totally against that. I'm not against bashing anybody or whatever. I'm all about traveling, finding a different perspective of life. That's how I roll. But I can't control an individual's thought process. And if that person thinks that way, then that's just the way they think. That doesn't go for everybody. Just because they say passport bros. What does that mean? Okay, you got 1-2 brothers may think the same way. That may be passport bros, but that doesn't mean everybody thinks that way. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but don't you believe that a distinction have to be made? Because there are people who are utilizing the term passport bro, but are, based on what you're saying, are doing things that is contrary to what a real passport bro is about. So don't you think there needs to be a distinction between the real and the fake?
Real and the fake of what? Because of somebody's experience?
No, what I'm saying is like this, because there are people, based on what you're saying, the way I interpret what you just said is that there are people who are utilizing the term passport bro but are misrepresenting the movement. Because based on what me and Brownsburg have testified, we witnessed members of who profess to be members of the passport bros movement doing this. But based on what you're saying, it seems as though the people that me and Brownsburg are talking about are misrepresenting the movement. Would you agree with that?
I mean, as far as the movement of a passport bros, I can't speak for everybody that's part of a group, because me being in that group, everybody does their individual things. There's people that even get together if they know each other and they meet up with each other and they do group things. And then you got some individually. For the most part, I see people individually do their own thing, but they're part of the group. So based off of what that individual does, I can't control that person's actions. Neither can you. I have no power over that. You know what I mean? If I agree or disagree with that, yes, that would be based off my opinions, just like yours. But as far as me trying to say that, they're misrepresenting me, no, because I'm not out there doing that. So that individual is doing that. When I travel, I don't travel in groups. I never do. I may travel with one person, but I may know that person for a while and I'm having a good time. But as far as that goes, if I so happen to travel and I meet somebody that's happened to be part of the group, hey, how you doing? Whatever. Keep it moving. But I don't know these people personally. I don't think a lot of people don't know them personally from an individual, but we all come together because we have something in common. We love foreign hospitality. We love the foreign lifestyle. But as far as an individual doing things based off of their actions, neither me or you have control over that. So that should not affect me or you.
But
I can't control that. Just like, for instance, all right, you and Bronze are friends, right? Let's just say you end up attempting to kill me or you end up killing me, right? But you're with Bronze, right? Are people going to see Bronze as being a killer too? Even though he didn't kill anybody?
Actually, it can be in a court of law.
Okay.
That can actually happen because in a court of law, since you use that example in a court of law, Bronze can be seen as it or can be accused of being an accomplice.
If they're seen together. But let's just say if you guys were friends, but he was nowhere around you at the time and nowhere around the crime scene, but people know you're friends, but you end up doing this to me. Are people going to think that he's going to end up doing it to somebody else because you end up killing me?
But let's just say if me and Brownsburg were part of a specific movement, a specific sect, right? A specific movement or a specific group of people, right? And I was to happen, and me being from the same movement at Bronzeberg were to do that to you. Guess what? There is a chance that now people can look at Bronzeberg and say, hey, listen, there's this guy, Wacky World of O, who's from the same movement as you. He did this heinous act to Andrew. Yo, y'all about that. Y'all about doing hurting people and stuff like that. Yes.
Well, that's people's
so I
opinion.
can misrepresent Bronzeberg, and that's in that matter. Yes, I can misrepresent Bronzeberg.
Right. But that's people's base of opinions.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if Bronze is with you or not. They're still going to think of him anyways. So at the end of the day, why should it even really matter?
But don't you think, though, when it comes to any sort of movement, that people have to represent it the correct way? Is it, like, should it be rules and regulations on how to properly represent just the movement? I'm not saying control what other people do, because I'll agree. I agree. We can't control what another adult does. And I never spoke on controlling or policing what another adult does. But do you agree that if there's a movement, that there should be at least rules and regulations on how the movement should be properly represented?
There are rules and regulations that are forecast in the membership group, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that goes, it's a far catch because it's not produceably done in the group. A lot of people are not doing that. That's just what you're seeing, either just from certain sectors of people that may not even be passport bros or part of a passport group, but they're just saying passport bros. Anybody can make a video and say, yeah, I'm passport bros. And then all of a sudden people are going to think they're passport bros. They may not even be.
Yeah, but once again, okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'll go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can say that.
Agreed. So with that, being the fact that anyone could just come on video and say passport bros, doesn't that increase
and attach
the chances?
it to and attach it as a negative way? It's just like a black person. If a black person ends up going somewhere and kills somebody or steals, what's going to happen? The whole of America is going to think, okay, all black people are the same, right?
But once again, when it comes to that specific movement, and anyone saying that I could be, passport bros, and everybody just use, or any individual being able to utilize the term passport bros, once again, doesn't that increase the chances of people utilizing that term or that hashtag and misrepresenting what it's really about?
And deteriorating the meaning of what it truly means to be a passport bro.
Right.
Based off of those individuals' solo acts of what they do, I don't think so. I have to disagree because, like I said, I'm in the members of groups, and most of those men, majority of those men, are not even on that tip. Nobody's thinking about America. Nobody thinks about America when they have a passport, brother. Everybody's traveling. We just spread out the word and people are having a good time. I know it's hard for you guys to really understand that because you guys are so used to seeing the negative side of things.
It's not hard for me to understand that.
It's not hard.
It's not hard for me to
we see it from both sides, and we understand where you're coming from. But the point of contention is you're going to be having these random guys that sit here and say, "Oh, passport bros," but their intent is very, is very malicious. It's not to sit up there and say, we want to travel for experience. It's to bring in this idea like, what I was saying earlier, escapism. And just the fact of the matter, personal problems that they're putting out there and projecting. So it might not be fair to you because I'm not even thinking about all this, But I'm saying the perspective is it becomes saturated because now when you think of a passport bro on the outside, you're thinking, it's just a bunch of men that's trying to go out to these different cities and different places in the world, have sex with women and claim that there's not a lot of femininity in the West and they tricking and all this other stuff.
Just like, do it over here too. Men
right,
have but women over here too. So it's
I get it. But
men brag about the women that they have sex with over here too. It's just that you have different class of men. You have rich men who have access to certain women that most men that are not rich don't have access to. When you travel overseas, the playing grounds are different. You have access to those women because your money is worth more over there. It's always been a money thing, even over here. If you want a nice car, You need to have a strong income. If you want a Lamborghini, a McLaren, a Porsche, if you want a big mansion, guess what? You got to make that type of money in order for you to get that. And guess what comes with that? Better looking women, better life. Same thing with overseas. You know, the only difference is that it's just your money can take you a little bit farther over there. And you can live that type of lifestyle over there if you choose to at an affordable cost because your American dollar stretches. Some people want to live those dreams. Some people want to live that fantasy. They're entitled to do that. I just think that there's a lot of people over here that don't understand that type of culture. So when they don't understand something, their instinct is to hate. It's always been like that in American history. If we don't understand something, our instinct is to hate it and to always find a negative side of it. So that's what we paint it as. It's not my job to do so. I'm just an open-minded person. That's just my personality, my aspect of it. I see it from all different colors. So if a man decides to want to go over there and have sex with as many women as he wants to, and hell, even if he wants to promote it, so be it. That's on him. If he says passport bros, guess what? What am I supposed to do about it? He could say Me Too movement. He could say all girls rock. How am I supposed to control that individual from doing that if he's going to do it anyways? I understand what you guys are saying about how it gives a bad taint and a bad name on a group. No, it doesn't. Because us brothers, we know who we are. We know what we represent. It's just you guys don't know what we represent. So you assume what you see. We don't care because we're not hooked onto those politics. We're too busy trying to do other things. There's a whole world out there. There's investors that I know that are passport bros. Investors that give you real estate information on how to buy property overseas. If you want to start get a liquor license, how to generate the American dollar overseas without having to work for somebody physically and still maintain that money and also maintain the lifestyle that you want to have, that you can't afford to have in the States. It's so, the culture is so big that what you guys are saying, I get it, but it's not a big factor to us because we don't pay no mind to it. There's so much factors that involves in this passport bro movement that's just the least that's on our minds. Now, you do got some brothers out there, like in every other group, we know that take things to the extreme, right? We know that. But like I said, we can't control those people. The only thing we can do is if we see that, it's up to us to somebody to at least put them to the side of, hey, man, what you doing? You got to chill with that. But I do know that there are laws. I can't really talk about them, but there are laws that are in place in groups that we can and we cannot do out of respect for the movement. But as far as that goes, I can't, like I said, I can't control other individuals or anybody else of any entity that says what they want to say. Neither can anybody in a group. The only thing we can do is control ourselves as people. But as far as that goes, what can we really do? I mean, you can say here, for example, hey, we don't like teachers sleeping with underage kids, right? We want to put a stop to that because we've seen so many teachers out here having sex with underage kids, but we still need teachers. Is that going to put a bad name on all teachers because you see a few teachers out here sleeping with underage kids? It will put a bad name on teachers, but what do? Can we control those type of teachers that have bad habits of sleeping with underage kids? No. You just enforce rules. That's the only way you're going to control it. So, I mean,
and don't you think draw a distinction too between an actual genuine teacher who is genuinely into teaching and educating children, and those teachers who have who are pedophiles, don't you think a distinction needs to be drawn? That's what I'm saying.
But how do you do that?
Well, you just explained that. Kick them
can't.
pedophiles out.
Everybody has their own individuality.
You can draw that distinction by the public education system or even the private education system putting stricter policies within these education systems for these pedophiles or to reduce the chances of these pedophile teachers to teach children. That's what I'm saying.
That's the only thing you can do, but that's still not going to stop a pedophile.
But I never talk about stopping a pedophile. I never talk about stopping a pedophile from having their feelings. That was never my argument. My argument is
stopping a pedophile from having their feelings.
You said that. Okay, you said, quote, that's not going to stop a pedophile. So I'm assuming that when you say that, you're saying that's not going to stop a pedophile for having physical attraction to children. Is that what you're saying?
It's not going to stop a pedophile from doing what he wants to do. A pedophile is a pedophile. If a pedophile,
which goes in line with what I'm saying.
That doesn't classify every teacher as being a pedophile.
I never said that. But
I know you never said that.
Why argue something?
I'm just saying it. Well, we're talking about teachers, aren't we? We're talking about
but we're specifically speaking
about. That's why I'm bringing that up, sir.
We're specifically talking about. Hold on.
I know we're specifically talking about.
We're specifically talking about teachers who are pedophiles versus teachers who are not.
Talking about that right now. That's why I'm talking about that right now. You cannot say that all teachers are pedophiles just because there are a few teachers that did pedophile stuff.
But then again, a distinction needs to be drawn, right? Because
how do you do that?
I just explained that. And you explained that. I just took what you explained.
Well, but guess what? That's not going to do anything, though. Because like I said, if an individual is a pedophile, they're a pedophile, regardless. They still
hold on.
They should be apprehended, and they should also suffer from the repercussions of their actions.
Hold on, Andrew. What I'm saying is, as far as pedophiles or teachers who are pedophiles is concerned, because that's what I'm specifically talking about. A distinction needs to be drawn, and one way to do that, like I said, and you made that same point, is for the education system, whether public or private, to create stricter stipulations on teachers to reduce the chances of pedophile teachers to be in the midst of children, right? So the thing is, you responded and you said you responded by saying, hold on, Andrew. You responded by saying, but that's not going to stop a pedophile. But that's not the point. The point is reducing the chances of pedophiles to be in the education system in front of children. It's not. We're not talking about stopping a pedophile from being a pedophile. But as far, I just want to know what you meant, because when you said that, I thought you meant that stopping a pedophile from having physical attraction to children. But that's not what I'm arguing, if that's what you mean.
Even if you do that, the same thing goes with the passport bro movement. Back to that, in that perspective, like, you're still gonna have people who are still gonna have their ways of thinking regarding to women. I mean, like I said, everybody's experience is different. I've had my experience too. So, I mean, like I said, like in my content, I talk about bad behaviors of women, and I talk about where stigma's from. I also have answers for that, but some men don't have answers. Some men are just emotionally distraught too, which it's not necessarily their fault, but it's just based off their experiences.
Agreed,
so that's why a lot of people turn to traveling overseas to escape what's in that matrix society dealing with women.
But once again, like I said, okay, when you draw a distinction, what that does, that prevents one who is extreme from misrepresenting the whole group, or that reduces it. Just as much as the example that we hold on, Andrew.
If somebody's gonna do something, they're gonna
hold on, Andrew. Can I speak?
But sir, we can't predict
just as much when it comes to the example that you brought up with the teachers, right?
You can't predict.
If you draw a distinction between the genuine teachers and the teachers who are pedophiles, what that does, that reduces the chances of the education.
It's not going to stop it.
Hold on. I didn't say anything about stop. I said reduce the chances of the education system being viewed as a playground for teachers to play with children, right? If you draw that line of distinction. So all I'm talking about is drawing a line of distinction between those who are genuinely about the movement and those who are not. So those
even
who
if
are
you
not
do
genuinely
that,
about the movement can stop misrepresenting the movement.
Even if you slow it down, it's still going to happen.
That's okay. That's not my argument.
I know that's not your argument, but what's your point? If you can't stop something, you're just gonna slow it down. But what's the point in slowing it down if it's still gonna happen?
No. The thing is to once again reduce the chances of people that go to the extreme from misrepresenting a movement.
So what is the movement that Passport Brothers are doing that's so heinous that you disapprove of?
Hold on. Didn't me and Brownsburg give you examples of those who are misrepresenting the Passport Bros?
But that's those individuals' point of views of how they feel about life in general and what they do about how they feel about women in the West. So I don't understand. Like, how is that a heinous thing?
I didn't say it's a heinous thing, but what I'm saying.
Why do you have a problem?
Hold on. But when Brownsburg, early in the conversation, when Brownsburg and me, and especially Brownsburg, when we spoke about the things that we see when it comes to those who profess to be Passport Bros, you responded, especially you respond to Brownsburg by saying, well, hey, we don't do that. The groups that I'm with, we don't do that. We don't do this. We don't do that.
Well, I'm speaking from an individual's perspective. I don't do that. But I'm speaking also upon the people who do that. So what?
So you don't believe in drawing the line of distinction.
What do you want to do though? What are you trying to do about it? Even if they do it,
I'm not Passport Bro, so it's not up to me to do anything about
it. Why is it up to me to do it? Why is it up to Passport Bros to do anything for an individual to have their own thought and process of what they feel about
But it's
women?
not one individual, it's several individuals who are doing things to misrepresent.
So what, we supposed to be policing them?
You just early in the conversation,
that's what you're trying to do.
Hold on. Early in the conversation,
and what they think about women.
Early in the conversation, you made a statement. And this is when Brownsburg was here early in the conversation.
But what's
when
the
you said,
point,
hold on, can I speak? I'm gonna answer your question. Early in the conversation, you made a statement saying that if there's an individual that, and I'm just paraphrasing what you said if there's an individual that's going to the extreme and that's professed to be about the Passport Bro movement, you're going to pull them to the side and talk to them and say, hey, this is not how things should be done, stuff like that. So
depends on how extreme we're talking about here, though. Everything really just depends. If they're talking about, oh, I don't like these women, I want to go and date these women, or they're talking bad about certain women.
But once again,
they hurting anybody?
When you made that, okay, but once again, when you made the statement that if somebody will go too far to the left, you will pull them to the side and say, hey, this is not what this should be about. Once again, what you said confirms my argument about
somebody having their own opinion of what they feel about
argument about drawing a line of distinction.
Crazy.
Between those that go to the extreme and those who are really about.
You don't like the Passport movement. Won't you just say that, bro? Then won't you just say that?
Hold on. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
But come on,
I'm being straightforward.
Listen,
I'm just saying that there are people that are misrepresenting.
You really don't have a problem with the Passport movement. Why are you so worried about other individuals having their own thought process of what they think about women in this country? Why does it matter?
All I'm saying is that there are those that are misrepresenting the movement. That's all I'm saying.
How they misrepresenting the movement?
Me and Brownsburg just gave examples of that.
But they're having their own individual thought process.
And those individual thought process are connected to Passport Bros. Because like you said, Andrew, earlier in this conversation, hold on, Andrew. Earlier in the conversation, you stated that anybody could just make a video and say Passport Bros.
Right.
Okay, I agree with that. So me and
Brownsburg, we just said there are people. Hey, the wacky world of OTV. But does that mean they are the wacky world of OTV?
Well, they might be misrepresenting me if they connect my
but
name.
they can say a lot of things about Wacky World TV. Is it true though?
But they could be misrepresenting my name if they connect my name to something that I'm not really about.
Okay, well, is there proof that you were doing these heinous things? No. So how is it misrepresenting?
It don't need to be proof. It don't need to be. Hold on. But it doesn't need to be proof.
Dude,
it don't need to be.
You can go outside and you can tell me, "Hey, Andrew, the sky is red." Am I supposed to take your point of view and think that the sky is red unless I go outside and look at it for myself?
But we live in a society where credibility means a lot. Can we agree on that? Credibility means a lot.
But why does it matter if men have their own opinions of what they think about with women? Listen,
that's not my argument.
I can't stand a lot of American
that's not my argument. My argument is there are people who are misrepresenting the Passport Bros movement.
But who are these people though?
Me and Browns, we pointing them out.
I don't know who you're talking about, dude. I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. If you want to name names or be more specific, I don't know. Like I said, I'm part of a group, but we don't have these issues that you're talking about. Which guys are misrepresenting the Passport Bro movement? What, you got mongers out there talking about play for play? I'm just trying to throw things out there to make it seem as if that's what you're trying to target.
There's a content creator called Bountyville.
Okay.
Right? Called Bountyville, who used the Passport Bro movement to keep this so-called gender war started, always sitting there talking about American females this, American females that. And he's focused on American females too damn much. And it's like, okay, you claim to be a passport bro, you got your passport. So why are you thinking about American females for?
Well, maybe.
Which goes into Brownsbird's argument.
But see, that comes from an individual's perspective. Maybe he has problems with American women and he wants American women to change. Maybe he wants American women to be just like the foreign women, so that way he doesn't have to spend a ticket, travel overseas, and deal with feminine women when he can get feminine women at home. Maybe these are the things that maybe he doesn't have
a waste of time.
Well, I don't know him personally. I don't know this guy you're talking about. I don't know him. I've never watched his videos or anything like that. I would have to watch his videos to me personally to get my own perspective of what I'm taking it from, what he's saying. But maybe what he's trying to say, I don't know. Maybe it's not being properly put out the way it's supposed to. Maybe it's not being represented the way it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Okay, then I suggest you watch his content instead of assuming what he's trying to say.
Well, brother, listen, I can say this. From the men that I talk to, from even my personal experience in dealing with Western culture and women in this country, we can systematically say that there is a problem. There's a serious problem with women in this country. And they use the laws against most men here. That's also a problem.
Okay. I agree. That's also a problem. Okay.
So this is why a lot of men talk about these things, because they're frustrated. Right? And some men have different ways of dealing with their frustration. Some men get a passport and they travel overseas to escape all that. But like I said, this comes from an individual's perspective of things. My experience might be different from somebody else's, but maybe they can relate to what I'm talking about, because maybe we might share this maybe the same similar ideas. Maybe they feel, hey, get a passport because it's a way to go, because it's, I don't know, maybe to them it's a way of escaping. I don't know. I can't really speak for everybody's perspective. I can only speak for mine, my experience. And if people could connect with what I'm saying, they can elaborate. But like I said, I don't have any control over what an individual does, if they're part of a group or not. Even if they're part of Passport Bros group and they talk about fuck bitches, want them to all die, all that other shit. Hey, I could say, hey, that's kind of extreme, but that doesn't represent a group. That's an individual perspective. That's what he's saying. Because he can say passport this, passport that, and you can go to other channels of people that have that are in the passport groups, and they're talking about something totally different from what that guy's talking about. So every individual has their own different experience.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? I can't, you know what I mean? It's hard for me I can't predict when somebody's going to kill somebody. You know, I can't predict a person who's going to murder or premeditated murder. I can't predict that shit. If somebody's going to kill somebody and they got that thought process of, oh, I'm going to kill this person today, they're going to do that. I don't know if they're going to do that. I can't predict premeditated murder. That's that own individual. If that's what that person's going to do, that's what they're going to do. Just like a teacher. If I'm a teacher and the teacher's over there smashing little boys and little girls, I can't control that. Oh, well, I guess the brother left. Don't fall for the trap. You only control you because of the standards of America. But anyways, man, listen, I'm going to get up out of here. Shout out to Melly. Thank you for having me on the show. Shout out to everybody out there. It's been real. I'll be back on here again. Damn, everybody just like, how the hell did Melody get kicked out of her own shit? That's crazy. How the hell did I end up becoming the moderator and also the leader of the show? It's not even my shit. This is crazy too. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here.
Everybody left. Well, I'm not gonna stay on. I got things to do, so I'll see y'all later. Adios. Stay safe. Shalom. Later.